Hello, everyone. I'm Bryce, and these are my friends.
Hey, guys.
And we're going to be playing Pathfinder 2 again tonight. We're continuing our homebrew. We are in the town of Pike's Point, and there's been some murders and wanted people that have legs and arms, and some without legs and some without arms.
Murder most foul.
There's also people are looking for some extra shipmates to salvage the stuff in the strait. But before we get too far into our story for the night, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves and give us a fun fact. My fun fact is that I didn't prepare a fun fact, but
I think we should all get that at least one time.
Yeah, get a front fact
One
pass.
free pass.
and I am fun factless for the night.
Get out of fact free.
That's true.
Very early in the campaign to be pulling that card.
I'm Josh. I play Cypher Underfoot, a halfling rogue. And Cypher's fun fact isn't so much a fun fact, it's just kind of a bummer. But he didn't grow. Halflings are very social people, but he did not grow up in a halfling society or halfling family or group of people. So now, that he's out on his own, he doesn't know, he kind of freezes and doesn't know what to do when he sees another halfling. He finds it very intriguing. He's like, oh man, kind of like outsider looking in, but he doesn't know how to act around these people. He's much more comfortable around the criminal underworld types than he is just another halfling.
I'm Kim. I play Ko Dashik, who's a lizard folk champion. Fun fact about Ko is that the town, the place that he grew up in, the marshes, they're not too musical, but Ko actually can play the drums a little bit. So, he's not the best, but he's not the worst.
Do you always add that offbeat?
Yes, always.
I'm Rachel. I play Anasha Evanvale. She's a half-elven monk who's hoping to catch Nub and Stub, maybe, and find some actually decent grub this time. So,
Nicely.
I was waiting on it. I was
Wasn't
like,
that bad.
Okay.
She was saying that it was really bad.
I enjoyed
it was I have fun coming up with these every
I still
week.
like your velocity of philosophy.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, I need the dictionary for that. I didn't have that today. Her fun fact is something that she got in trouble for a lot when she was growing up, is that she had no fear of being outside alone, so she would just wander through the woods when she got the opportunity, and her parents had to rein her in.
Very good. I'm Ben Sattler. I am temporarily playing
name.
Reginald.
Bold strategy.
Brave.
Temporarily playing Reginald. No last name.
There you go.
And his fun fact, he is a Duskwalker investigator. At least this is what the short-term character that I'm playing will be. His fun fact is that he legally does not have a last name. He had to sign paperwork indicating such, brought to him by a barrister of a prominent family within the city. So.
Interesting. That's pretty cool.
I'm curious to find out what a Duskwalker is.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Roll knowledge religion.
Oh, I have.
Oh, wow, we have
I have that
started.
too.
Yep.
I do not have that. Well, I mean, mine's untrained.
Oh, that's rough. That's a 10.
Mine's 25.
Okay. Ben, would you like to explain to Rachel what a Duskwalker
Yes.
is?
Later, whenever everybody.
Yeah,
No, basically, it's somebody who has died and has been reincarnated by Pharasma for a specific purpose,
Oh, that's
or to balance
Do-
some sort of karmic scales.
Do you re-die once your task is complete?
Yes.
That's almost like Gandalf from
So
The
I'm
white-
living in
yeah.
all ways except that I cannot become undead, either physically or spiritually.
The new guy is Ben. He has worked with me in the past, and he is joining us instead of Tim, because Tim decided he wanted to take a vacation or something.
Lame.
So,
Totally not going to be doing
I
that.
doubt
next
your
week.
commitment to Sparkle Motion.
Ben's planning on playing with us for a short time. So we'll see how long that lasts. Maybe we can convince him to become a full-time cast member until, work schedules change everything.
Cast member.
I'm easily convinced as long as you make up my salary that I miss if I got fired.
That's fair. All in due time. Hopefully, right?
With a couple more sponsors.
Yes. If you'd like to sponsor role-playing games.
Or Ben in particular.
there you go. My Patreon account.
Hey, here's the new guy. Nice welcome, Ben. Nice.
So, the three of you and Gazmak are still walking back to the inn. Gazmak is looking... Would you look more
Green?
Maybe yellow?
Yeah, looking a little yellow after his experience
Under the gills.
at the... what was it called? I
The
lost
frog.
it. The
Fixed
Fixed
Frog
Frog
Tavern.
Tavern.
There we go.
Just did not have quite enough grease for him, and something not quite sitting right with him. So he is...
The fish was too fresh.
the fish is too fresh.
Or
Yeah.
too few spider legs.
Yes.
So he's not feeling too well. You guys are still traveling back to your inn, where...
To what?
I had the same thing. I did the same thing.
We
I'm
changed
a
names
child.
here. Me too.
to the coffee house.
Oh dear.
So,
Oh no, we lost Josh. Come on.
Oh.
and Josh is back.
I'm just amused. Easily, it turns out.
So, what would you like to do? Are you doing anything on your trip back, or just heading straight there to
we
grab
saw-
any of the stuff that you might need?
What time of day is it again? I'm trying to.
It is
Night
late
now, right?
evening,
Okay, so we
getting
ate
closer
lunch.
to night.
We were just
So-
gonna go back and sleep, if I remember correctly.
You had
Well-
talked about sleeping. You'd also talked about preparing yourselves to kind of stake out the area where bodies were being dropped.
Mhm.
Well, I'd be down
But
for
out
that
of
on the way.
character, did we
Let's
say
go.
we were gonna wait for Gazmak to do that?
It doesn't matter. Because there's no way you're going to catch the guy tonight. I mean, what?
Spoiler.
I'll stay and work on my armor then.
Stay where?
I'll read then,
Stay in the inn?
Mhm.
Okay.
and I'll read some of the druid book that we got in the temple.
Okay, so you guys are going back to the inn?
Mhm.
Alright, as you enter the inn, you are approached by...
By me. So, vaguely in age indeterminate, human male, but the skin is like charcoal gray,
Cool.
entirely. Still has blue eyes, black hair that's starting to get a little bit of silver. Dressed up fairly nicely, and with a badge that indicates he's part of the city watch.
Interesting.
And what was your name again? Just for
Well,
He
I
has
don't think
introduced
we-
himself.
I don't think we've
Oh,
asked.
we have,
It's
okay.
our famous. We don't ask names.
Believe it or not, he's here to play.
I know. I was gonna do that just off the record.
Uh-huh.
It'll pop up.
Oh, there it is, right there.
Hey.
So,
Ah, I win.
So we come strolling
Okay.
in with
Yeah.
our under the weather fellow.
Cool, Gazmak.
apologies for disturbing you. Is there an Anasha Avondale here?
Yeah, present.
And
Very good.
Gazmak just continues walking. He
Go to
doesn't
sleep.
care.
Couldn't be
Yeah,
interested.
go
Done.
straight up.
No.
So yeah, my name is Reginald, and I was asked to give you this.
Oh, thank you. Can I ask who you're from?
You were given it by the watch captain.
Do you work for
I
the
believe that
post office?
I believe it will indicate such.
Oh, all right.
And it technically comes with a second letter, but it's not for your eyes, so.
Right, that's my father's. Yes. Cool. All right, I'd skip to the bottom and see it was from Adela. Well, let me read you.
Yeah.
I
Full
was
draft.
curious. I was like, do I have to?
Yeah, I know. Cohen's like
Fun
looking
fact.
over.
Oh, diplomacy?
That's
I don't know what to...
Lady
Please
Nasha-
tell secrets.
just like turn around and went back to the group. You know.
Put it away.
That's right.
Speak nothing
I
on it.
can't read when someone's looking at me. It's a secret.
The bearer of this letter shall be
Oh,
cut into 1,000
yes.
pieces.
That's right.
So who's this from?
That's right. This room explodes.
Self-destruct. Lady Anasha, I have sent Sir Reginald with a letter to your father. Reginald is to assist you with any activities you may find yourself involved in while staying in the city. Reginald could use some adventuring and experience until he truly gets reacclimated.
Oh.
What's that mean? Reacclimated. Are you new here?
In a manner of speaking. And also, not at all.
There will be no sonograms in this stream tonight.
I noticed you have a badge of some sort. Are you some sort
My
of?
wife had her the sonogram that can tell you the sex today,
Oh, really?
but we're not finding out the sex.
Okay,
so-
you're doing.
In a
Yeah.
Nasha read.
Yeah,
I would,
it's surprised.
I would love that. So you guys did choose to find out?
We did not.
You did not.
So it is currently a secret.
That's cool.
Secrets are no fun, especially when they're kept from me.
That you know the saying, everyone.
Yeah, you know that saying.
Just pick one and lean into it. You got a 50-50 chance.
Right now it's a boy then.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Because we have boy clothes.
Well, Reginald, it sounds like from this letter that your timing couldn't be more timely. we.
So
I'm great with words. I'm great.
What do you do with the City Watch?
Currently, I'm something of an apprentice, but I will be offering my skills as an investigator.
How fortuitous. We.
That's what I meant to say.
Well, we can
Josh's
use your
favorite
help.
words.
We've got a couple things. I'm sure that's why I don't know if you're aware, but we're looking for a couple thieves. We're also looking for the perpetrator of some murders. And we haven't decided which direction to go. And then I'll tell him a little bit more about each one. And it's like, as you're with the watch, you probably won't be super welcome into, I don't know, houses of ill repute, as it were. So
I don't know what you're talking about. They're upstanding individuals.
they definitely are not. I'm well aware.
If I was a member of such organization and chose to identify myself as such, I'm sure it might cause problems.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the badge can be put inside an inside pocket.
There's a pocket for that.
And that's how they spot them when they're off
I'm
duty.
undercover.
There's just a pocket
With a little, like,
that nobody.
That's great.
It's got the imprint of the badge
Yeah.
because everybody forgets to take
It's
it
like
out
a secret
when they're
decoder
watching.
ring.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, thieves and murderers are something that the City Watch cares a great deal about. Why are you after them?
Frankly, because we've been hired by the City Watch to do so. Apparently, they needed the help.
Yeah, we were up at the fortress of the tower up there, and there was a job board, and we found a few jobs, and yeah, we're always, while we're here, we thought we might as well help out where we can. So
Pike's Point kind of has their hands full with Sidor, so.
so we could take some weight off their shoulders. So
It is a cause of great consternation and a topic among many sort of back rooms, as it were. Very good. I think you'll also find that performing these sorts of tasks will give you a great deal of trust with the people. Sometimes adventurers aren't very well received, being very powerful individuals who have very few, if any, ties to the community can cause friction.
it's a great point.
Very true. We'll need all the allies we can get, I think.
Well, do we want to get started tonight, or what are we all feeling?
I guess it depends on which avenue we're going, huh?
It's true.
I mean, I got stuff I could do, but I mean,
We could always
if
go again tomorrow.
I was gonna say I can. Well, I can always work on it later as well.
Yeah.
It'll hold. Where are you familiar with the murders?
Only in the broadest strokes. I would be interested in comparing notes.
Do we know where they have been dumping the bodies?
It was like a warehouse. Or
Oh, we
something,
were
right?
gonna go
Mhm.
look at the bodies, weren't we?
Oh,
Yes, you
yeah.
still haven't done
Oh, we
that,
haven't.
And
You're right.
he would have access to that area.
So maybe we should do that
Let's
tonight.
do that first,
That would be
and then we can plan out our stuff for tomorrow.
Okay.
As far as waiting for, maybe we can figure out the
Yeah.
the most likely location if they're dumping them in a bunch of different areas and so on and so forth.
They said all the bodies had been appearing in Critic Square for the murders, specifically. So,
Right, but we should probably
But
figure out if there's
where?
more to it than, you know, are they dumped in a corner, are they posed, all that kind of good stuff.
that's a good point.
Well,
So yes, they've been being dumped up in this area here. And by dumped, they're found in the same spot each time.
Okie dokie.
So back to the alley through here.
do you guys want to go investigate the?
I thought you had the
Boston?
map and you're marking it. I was like,
Oh.
how does she keep getting these
Getting
maps?
That's like my one
Where does he
underworld
keep
lores. I get all these maps.
These marvelous toys.
I am marking it, but it's not a map.
Ooh. So where are the bodies being held?
The bodies will be held down in the garrison area.
Oh man, it's
Oh,
way
okay.
out of the way. Wait, no.
Well, we're
'cause
coming
we're coming
from-
down
You're coming from here.
from here.
Yep.
All right.
Probably have some time. Hey.
They're entering here. This is the area where they're staying in the inn. This will be the garrison and castle district. And then up in this corner here, there's where they're finding the bodies. And back to Bryce.
Not an Old Spice commercial. Not yet.
Man, you man can smell it.
Not sponsored yet.
Since we're coming in over there, originally I thought it would make sense to see where the murders were taking place first.
They're also being found at midnight.
Oh yeah.
So you still have several hours until midnight. So
Till they're found, yeah.
you don't really have a suspect to be able to watch for.
Yeah.
It's true. So let's go down and look at some corpses.
All right.
Jolly, jolly holiday.
I'll get my bag.
Alright, so as you make your way to the garrison, they lead you down several flights of stairs, and it is built into the bedrock there. One of the ways that it helps to keep the bodies cool. As you come up, there's a small guy. You're going to enjoy this, the two of you. A skinny human male, and he is banging on a drum. He appears to be the morgue attendant.
Do I recognize the music?
It does have it with some
Certain swing
stuff
to it.
Yeah, playing in the background. It could be reminiscent to polka.
It's
Oh.
fantastic. I think it's fantastic. My character is a little queasy.
What's he doing that for?
Not sure.
Does that help? Calm the dead?
Or
Maybe summoning some
maybe he's just
spirits
bored.
back or something.
Good point. Take your mind off of where you work.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, you know, if you're hanging out in there, you're probably not going to be super busy all the time. Apparently, murders don't happen a whole bunch, so I don't know.
So yeah, he is down there. White male, black hair, glasses. Looks a little like this.
Oh.
I always imagined his hair more curly,
Me too.
like fluffy.
I also imagined it was a redhead for some reason.
Really?
Just in my mind, yeah, that's what I got was.
Interesting.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
But he goes by Butters. Yep.
Well, hello, sir. We got word that there were some bodies down here that we could examine from the murders at midnight.
There's always bodies down here. That's kind of what we do here.
Right. So we're here to examine them.
Oh, I've taken to examine them. Well, just 1 second. He pulls them out. He's using floating disc to move them.
Oh, that's cool.
So he does seem to have some magical talent, unlike his counterpart that he's based on.
I don't know. I think he's got matches.
What book is this from?
You'll find out.
Is it later? I just don't know it yet. Okay, I have no clue what this person is.
Well, we don't either. So
Well,
in-
yeah.
I was just say you haven't started Dresden Files yet, have you?
Nope. But it is on the iPad, I believe, right?
It is, yeah.
So many books, several times.
So, Reginald, are you familiar with Butters here? Do you guys know each other?
In passing, I've worked with them once or twice before.
Good to know.
And here they are: the elf female, the dwarf female, and the human male. And he sets them all out there. Anyone that is trained in medicine
me.
Ooh, that's me.
can roll a medicine check.
I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna give Bo a +1 circumstance bonus.
Okay, I rolled a 16 then.
I rolled a 27.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I give
Natural
Cypher
20.
a
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I was playing. I was
Yes.
like, oh, yeah, Co's the one who needs it. Cause
Yeah, got natural 20.
All right.
I've got a 19, so
19.
I rolled a 12, so watch out, you guys. I mean, this is.
All right, so everyone under.
Did you see that big thing in this? Yes.
That fish that came up earlier, it's not done.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, anyone under 25, you notice that there's a odor of alcohol still among the body, and that each person appears to have bled out. But there are no wounds or anything that indicate that they fought.
I thought you said there were bruises.
There are some bruises. Sorry, there's no fresh wounds that show that they fought. Some of them do have bruises that had been there, but they don't believe it's involved with the actual murder.
They had aged long enough so that
Yeah.
it wasn't coincidental. So what was the actual cause for them bleeding out? What kind of wounds was that caused by, if any?
It appears to be some sort of knife wound, and it's a wound that would have been a slow bleed.
Duh,
Okay.
I didn't look at these bodies well.
Where is it?
For the most part, for the elf and the human male, they're both on the arms. For the dwarf female, it is on one of her legs, and the dwarf female is missing an arm.
Oh, like cut off?
Does it look like it was...
The three, well, who was you
And Gazmak and
Co
it was her.
recognize her.
Oh, wait, was it?
I didn't even get a chance to apologize for spilling wine
You
on
did
her.
not. She's
Wait.
the freshest corpse.
It was the dwarf?
Who lost. And she was a holy woman.
Was it the hand or the whole arm?
It was like part of the arm.
Okay.
Form.
Maybe Stubby and...
Well, hello.
Oh, I thought you was like, who's this? Is she speaking?
I was like,
The corpse
whoa, wow!
Or are we going back to the beginning?
No. The
Someone said hi in chat.
I know, it's
Hi, chat people.
Sabrowski, what's up?
I wasn't there, but
They're
you
currently
guys
at a
were.
morgue, so I just scared
It's,
them all.
They're probably arena combatants.
Maybe all of them are. Yeah.
Maybe, but at least the dwarf woman.
That's true.
We don't recognize the others, right? It's just the dwarf.
Yeah, just the dwarf. The other two were probably dead prior to you arriving in the city.
Yeah.
How long have the murders been going on?
For about a week.
Just a week.
And
Like,
I've
is
got
it
a...
every other.
There
night,
hasn't been any
or
consistency to
it's
it.
just been
Yeah,
sometimes.
It hasn't
they'll
been
pop
enough
up.
to develop any patterns.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna
Just
address
that the
everyone.
bodies have been
Show up at night.
seen at the same place, and the last one was found at midnight.
Okay.
I'm gonna address everyone now. So, guys, this dwarf female, I actually recognized her from the arena when Gazmak and I were there. She was one of the combatants. She fought a magus and got her hand cut off. She was able to heal it, and then afterward, I didn't see her. So I do recognize her though. So it gives us a clue as far as what scene she's around and where she's been.
And Cypher, you recognize a hint of something else, a little substance under the face or in the beard of the human male.
All right. Well, then I will go. I'll ask Butters. Like, hey, man, have you seen this? And I'll call his attention to it and go, do you mind if I show it?
Absolutely, and he gives you what is equivalent
Tweezers
to
or something.
tweezers or something along those lines,
Cool.
in order to remove the substance.
Don't want to contaminate the chain of evidence. Then.
Yeah. Anyone that has underworld lore
I have that as well.
or magic.
Arcana.
Magic! Or has magic! Arcana, yeah.
I don't.
Can
I
roll
can
for
make the coin disappear.
it.
23.
And I
For
have,
underworld lore.
so this is to identify the substance.
This is to identify the substance, yeah.
Basically, I get to follow up on that as a class ability kind of thing. I've got a 26.
Okay.
Beats mine.
You are able to recognize it as the substance Sweet Dreams. It is the illicit drug that has been showing up in a lot of major cities as of late. Yeah. What you know of Sweet Dreams is that it makes you much more suggestible. So lowering your willpower.
Is this how is this ingested?
It is drank. It's a potion.
This is the dwarf lady we're looking at still, yes?
No,
This
is
the
somebody else?
male.
Male.
This is the human male? Alright.
And the third one was dwarven female, human male, and
An elven woman.
An elf female. Yep.
they all look like they are physically fit, like
The
fighters
dwarf
of some
and the
kind.
the dwarf and the human look like fighters. The elf female does not, and she is dressed in a more elegant style of clothing. Not one that would probably be seen in the arena.
Would I be able to make a what was it? It's like a snobby society. Society
A snobby check?
Snobby check.
to try to recognize
Yes.
if she's like a so
Man.
that's a 9 plus 7, 16 plus 1 would be 17.
Okay. She is she'd be like a local debutante. Not quite someone that's she'd be like the daughter of somebody semi-important, but not so important that they're looking for her currently.
Okay.
Later you'll probably find out that she has a frequency of avoiding her home.
Right.
So,
any reputation for spellcraft of any kind?
for her,
Yep.
no.
Okay. So she seems to be the odd one out in that she isn't a fighter where the other two are. If somebody was resentful for losing money, well, perhaps she won a bet that she shouldn't have won the arena instead. Do we know like a time of death? How long would it take these injuries to kill somebody?
The injury could last anywhere from an hour to about 30 minutes of bleeding out. Seems to have been imbued to not reseal.
So I'm gonna show this, obviously, the drug residue to Reginald and Butters, and if they have magical proclivities, maybe they could find a way to, if it seems like this guy was under the influence, is there a way that we could test the other two to see if they were under the influence as well?
I'm sure that we could probably figure that out. Here's a syringe, and he hands you one, and then he pulls one out to take blood from each of the corpses. You're here to help, so.
Alright.
Roll a medicine check.
I can do that. It's not terrible. 17.
And I've got a 15.
Okay. So yeah, that's enough to be able to get it in a position that you're
I
able
don't
to
just
pull.
insert myself.
I'm
always worried when I roll
blood!
that.
I was like, I'm gonna throw a 1 and stab him in the face.
Stab Butters. Stab Butters.
So he gets that out, and then he puts it into an area that he then casts, or is working with a spell to be able to identify any.
Just waiting for the medieval centrifuge.
Yeah. To basically identify similar attributes, and it all comes back with the same substances in the blood.
Good to know.
So it sounds like
I can't remember if we got told or if you were just telling Gazmac about like the fact that that's found at Fizzletap. Was
Oh,
that in
Sweet Dreams?
person or not, or in character or not?
No one has been to the Fizzletap yet to know.
Okay.
and we
So-
don't know
So
what
we
it
have
is.
no
I
idea.
know it's a place that we need to go to
Mm-hmm.
interact with the underworld, with the criminal types.
But this drug, from the two of you that got higher rolls, is a drug that wouldn't necessarily just be there. It could be in any of the bars or anywhere else. It is something that is readily available with the amount of money that they've received to create it.
Could also be being given to them unawares to to basically slip my roofie in order
Yeah, that's
to
what I was
become a
thinking.
victim of some kind.
Yeah, and especially since it's a slow bleed cut, so they're probably like under the influence, killed, and then like either interrogated or whatever the person's doing.
So you said we didn't know how. I was gonna say I'm lost, or I've lost the plot here a little bit. So they have, at least the two look like fighters have injuries on their arms. Just
They have
of
fighting injuries. Yep.
And then the elf woman has an injury on the back of the leg. You said?
No, the injury to the back of the leg, the bleeding part was on the dwarf.
Okay.
Because both arms couldn't be cut. Because she's stubby on one. Where she lost her arm in the
okay.
fight.
So they've been insanguinated and they've been basically hung up to drain.
You don't know that. There's nothing to indicate that they were hung up when they bled.
Oh well, but they bled out through
the cut.
Okay. All right. I thought you had said that there was no way of knowing. Nobody knew how they had died.
Now that you're actually here and you're actually doing some investigation,
we just figured it out. Okay, cool.
and Butters had learned a little bit of it, but he hasn't been able to report to anyone. So
tracking. Alrighty.
I'm gonna try to find environmental evidence, but I rolled a 12 on my perception check. Stuff like dust that's all the same, or a plant stain or something. But
okay.
I don't think I've got a.
Yeah,
it's up to you.
You didn't.
I don't want to take agency away from the GM, but
at this point in time, all their clothes and most of their items have been removed.
Cool.
And have been. At this point in time, messed with enough that you wouldn't have been able to pick up anything.
That's fair.
I was about to ask Butters if we could see their effects.
Yeah, forensics isn't exactly the highest point of medieval society.
Has anybody come and asked to identify the victims? Have any family members or friends showed up looking for a missing person?
No family members as of yet. It does seem that our elf friend here was of a higher class, so I would not be surprised if she does not show up soon, or someone shows up soon for her. We are waiting for one of I don't know what to call them, somebody that would know the nobility in the area to
I recommend that you
stop by.
You let this family know, and I'll give them the name of the family.
Okay.
I suspect that this is who she's with.
Do you remember what order the cleric was with?
No, but I was going to ask, is she wearing the same clothes that we saw when they were fighting in the arena?
She is.
She is.
Or those effects are with her, yes.
Alright. I think she had a cross?
I was going to say,
I just said holy symbol.
If we can figure out what order she was with as a cleric, or we might be able to send word to that particular temple.
If you know the establishment that she frequented, we could ask there. I suspect that she would have had to identify herself prior to entering the competition.
So we could definitely go to the arena.
So at that start, honestly, to find out more about her.
Would it be normal for them to keep track of bets that were made, or is that sort of a hand-to-hand kind of thing?
It's usually hand-to-hand from what you know of the area. They'd rather not have all of that money on the books.
How are you with sketches?
Passable.
We could probably
I don't know.
be worthwhile.
That'd be a craft check.
Craft check, yes, I can.
Probably be worthwhile to get a sketch so we know who the elfin woman is. We know who, or you guys know who the dwarf woman is, but we don't have any idea who the human male is. So if we could get a sketch of him, that might help us. We could take it with the arena and see if somebody recognizes him as a fighter.
So I'll get a 15. I'm going to try to make a sketch of each one of the three, and I've got a 15 for that.
That'll work.
Unless you
At least enough to be
separately.
passable. Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch the major features.
Yep.
And then, Cypher, we don't know much about this drug that we found on them, do we?
It's not anything I'm familiar with.
Butters, does this drug look familiar to you at all?
I believe that is the Sweet Dreams drug. don't know too much about it, but
He is
Yeah.
so guilty.
There's no sense motive check in this game.
perception is your sense motive.
Oh,
You may roll perception if you'd like.
Ooh, I would like.
It's, 18.
Ugh, not very good. Worse.
Less.
Also less.
Actually, I've got something that like lets me tell if people are lying or not.
Especially
I have to start into a line of questioning
Sure,
on a
it'll be
person I haven't. So,
Yep.
so 13.
Yeah, to you he seems to be withholding. The rest of you are like,
Ew.
oh, okay. Yeah. Just be a
Guy who
little,
hangs around the dead is
this
going to
guy's
be a little weird.
yeah.
So, can you tell me any more about this Sweet Dreams?
Just-
where it's found?
I can tell you what I've heard.
Sure. That would be helpful.
Sure. Well, it's supposed to make you more suggestible. If you are paired with a friend, they could walk you through a dream sequence if you wanted. And some of those dreams could be the best dreams you've ever had.
All right, so where do you go to do it?
I've heard
The
that
man said that he's heard things.
that the Pizzle Tap does provide that for their customers.
So is that a thing you have to ask for someone specific for?
No, it's completely legal.
Ah, one of those.
Yes. Also, I've heard mention that it has been seen in experience as well. They have a polka night.
Yeah.
So is that
Have
what
to
the
practice
bracket
your
was?
drum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Somewhere.
Well, thank you, Butters. That is most helpful. It's really good to know.
I'm just again telling you what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You've been around here longer than we have.
It could have been anyone that told you that. Just don't let the trusty gob know. That'd be great.
All right. Like.
The trusty gob.
The trusty god.
Yes.
Is there only one of them?
In this city, I
You
hope.
know Trusty? Gazmac?
Not the one I'm talking about. Faz is the one I'm speaking of.
He's got family in the city.
Interesting.
Maybe it's one of those family members you're like,
Maybe.
no, he would have mentioned it.
So.
I don't know. He does like to yammer about his family.
Would that be an underworld lore
Yes.
check? It's my specialty, but you wouldn't know when I roll a 3. So 16.
Wow.
Plus 13, Jiminy.
Yeah, so what you know is that Faz Trusty Gob is the local leader of the gang, said to operate out of the Fizzle Tap Lounge. And what you know of the Trusty Gob gang is that the Gazmac Trusty Gob is the leader of this gang, and he's based in Goblin City. He's one of the 5 major families that run Goblin City.
This is incredible.
For anyone to be a part of the gang or to run a portion of the gang, they have to take the Trusty Gob name, and they're allowed to keep their first name. That's how you become part of the family. And only goblins can be the head of part of that organization in the other cities as representatives. So, Faz Trusty Gob is the local leader of the gang.
Crime boss, as it were.
Yep, of the, as they're calling themselves, the goblets in this area. That is not the overall gang name, but they're known as the Trusty Gobs, but each gang will take on their own name for prosperity's sake. I guess.
Their
Yeah.
offshoot.
Yep.
Their sect.
Yep.
Cell, what have you.
So the goblets handle most of the underbelly business that takes place on in the city. And like I said, goblins are always in command, but all other races are able to work for them.
We have to ask Gazmac about this.
Yeah, this will be very interesting.
Because he's so forthcoming.
He's
I
gone
don't
a little
know.
bit
When you
better.
compliment his pie, he really opens up.
That's true.
I'll keep that in mind.
So,
It is good.
any other questions for Sir Butters?
Oh, he's a
Sir.
now.
Just that if anybody else is brought in that meets a similar thing, that we'd be notified.
Absolutely. Where are you staying?
Coffee house.
Coffee house, yes.
I will send word there.
Thank you.
Before we go, Butters, is there anything else with your investigation with these bodies that you found or found interesting?
None of their effects were stolen.
So
They still had money on them, and
motivation probably were not robbery.
correct.
Has anyone claimed that money yet?
It would go into the fund.
Okay.
If none of them have been taken, can we could we see the dwarf's holy symbol?
Absolutely.
I can roll religion for that,
I'd
right?
say he'd probably be able to identify it.
You can, but I can't remember what her holy symbol was at this point in time.
Oh.
So, I don't remember.
You can't remember what
Okay.
her symbol was?
I can't remember who she.
So you're
she
asking
was a
so we
cleric
can
of.
follow up with their temple and try to identify them?
And
Yeah.
if it was any sort of, I guess, tie back to
Yeah.
why they were killed. I don't know.
I was more looking for somebody to claim the body. But
So I tell you the symbol.
Saren Ray.
Sure.
That's the only one I can think of.
Saren Ray.
Or, oh no, what's the other one? The war one.
Gorum.
Gorum. Thank you. That's probably.
Oh,
the
and
third one.
dwarf. Gorham's a good one.
Yeah,
Gorum.
Mhm.
Gorum.
Yep.
Great.
I was like, Saren Ray was the healing.
So if I had said this in an other episode, I truly meant Gorham.
Most certainly.
Yep.
So you
She's a
just
cleric
said
of
holy
Gorham.
symbol, so
I did consider a cleric of Norgaber.
Oh, God.
The goats.
That would be horrific. And interesting.
Yeah. Reaper of reputations, collector of secrets.
I bet they would make good inquisitor, or well, not just inquisitors, but investigators.
So,
that's what I can think of.
Do we want to go to the dump site, quote unquote, and
Have
lurk about?
have the guard been making a big deal about the dump site? Have they been like?
the guards have been checking periodically. They even had guards stay out in that area one night, but no one showed up.
Nobody showed up.
Correct.
Night.
No body showed
How
up.
many nights has it been? Like one per night when they?
No,
did
it's
this?
been about a week total. There's been 3 killings, and it hasn't been in any steady pattern.
Okay.
Are there guards posted now to be watching the area?
I'm gonna
No.
before we go, I'm gonna ask Butters when each one in the past week was found, like which days,
Okay.
and when we go to arena, we can find out if there were big fights that night or if these people fought on those nights.
Yeah. Or big losses with the.
Yeah, because the
With the
dwarf was a
gambling.
Well, the
Yeah,
dwarf
like
would have been yesterday.
Yes.
And that's when she was found
Which
last
was
night.
Saturday. And then we have not been keeping track
No,
of the
no,
actual days.
I'm just
So,
saying. I'm asking for that information.
we're gonna
You
say-
can give me the information.
Okay. It was found Friday night into Saturday for the dwarf.
Okay.
She was found at midnight. The elf was found next, and she was found.
Previous.
I thought you said they were
Sorry,
both.
sorry, I'm going back in dates.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So,
that's what I figured.
From the current date, moving
Okay.
backwards.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Then the elf was found, and she was found on a Tuesday night, Tuesday morning.
Okay.
So it would have been
Monday
Monday into
night.
Tuesday, and then the other one was found Saturday into Sunday,
Okay. So there were two
So the-
back to backs.
back to back.
Then a
Then
break.
the guards
Yeah.
watched at least for one night, and then nothing happened for the next couple, and then
The
it just
dwarf
happened
showed up.
again.
So the human male was found first.
Yes. And I hope somebody wrote those associated nights down.
I think so.
So, human mail was Friday into Saturday.
Saturday and
Saturday,
Saturday
and
and
Sunday.
Sunday.
Mhm.
See? First. Then female was Monday into Tuesday. Or Sunday into
I
Monday.
thought it was the right next day. Right?
The elf female, I thought was she Monday to Tuesday?
That was Monday and
She was
Tuesday.
Monday and
Monday
Tuesday,
into
so
Tuesday.
skip the
So
night.
that's good.
Okay. And then dwarf was Friday into Saturday.
Okay. Today is Saturday night.
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
sorry,
it
the
is.
human mail was.
Saturday is a Sunday.
So
Yeah.
a week ago.
Where is the arena?
The arena is going to be down in this section here.
All right.
All of the different bars and inns are in that
the
general
Pike's
area
Row.
along this main street here.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much a straight shot. We could go from there to the arena, ask around, and then it might be late enough to make our way. To give us a little bit of time to set up on that corner in Critic Square.
Sounds good.
That works. Were the guards obviously posted, or were they all trying to hide? If you know.
Butters doesn't know.
Okay. I can't remember if Adela said anything. But...
I could probably find out, but not in enough time to make a difference.
For tonight, yeah.
That being said, I suspect they were not very well hidden. If they thought they were, they probably weren't.
I'll
I was
take
gonna
your
say,
word for it.
not to mention that from what you know of the guards, it's very boring work to stand and watch an empty alley. So
I feel.
been there, done that.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah, you would.
Empty warehouse,
You
but
would know.
similar.
Construction sites.
Yeah.
So we're going up to the warehouse area then.
I think
Well, to
when you
arena.
talk
We're
about
getting,
something by the
we're getting
arena.
close to midnight. I think it would be worth at least going through the area to see if, even if we don't catch anybody, maybe we get a better look at somebody else that's been going through this. Just based on the way that they're killing these the people, it's probably already begun if they have somebody tonight.
That's true.
Are you capable of any magic? Spells and such?
No more than anybody else.
Alright, fair. Everything's pretty much closed as far as shops and whatnot, right? Alrighty. The reason I ask is because a scroll of see invisibility is like 12 gold. It would probably be helpful if we're hanging out, especially if they're being meticulous about dropping them at midnight. I don't know if that's just the best time, or that's they're assuming that's when they get found.
I think they just named it because they found them at night. I don't remember.
Could be.
I thought them saying they weren't regular in time. But
So let's
Yep.
make our way to the arena. Excuse me.
All right. So you walk to the arena.
Do do doodly do.
You walk in. There's a lull in the fighting. It seems to be just a break. You have someone down in the arena floor cleaning up some blood and some other nasty things.
Can I roll perception to see if I recognize anyone from when I was there with Gazmac?
can I
Sure.
roll perception to see if if the elf is anywhere around?
Sure.
I'm gonna
Ooh.
book it.
That is
No,
a
you're a creepy dude.
19.
I know.
19?
That's what I'm looking for. Oh man.
There seems to be a couple fighters that were there before. The Darius is his name. Is at the bar.
Dear.
Nice.
I was going to just remove the badge and put it in my pocket before getting there,
Okay.
just in case.
Oh. Well, that's actually really good to know. So,
And you do not see
Okay.
your.
I only got 15, but
Your paramour.
is it Reginald or Reginald?
Reginald.
Reginald. Okay.
I think Reggie.
Yeah,
Because
Reggie.
I'm pretty sure that's
yeah.
what Gazmac's gonna call
Not.
it.
Reggie.
That's totally what Gazmac's gonna go. 100%.
Which means we should not.
Not.
So, Reginald, I think we should go over to this Magus over here. He was actually the one that fought the dwarf that night, the night before she went missing. So maybe he would know some more information if he saw her afterwards or anything like that.
Perhaps.
He's the only one I recognize here that was there the night that I saw her. So might be worth. We can show him the sketch. And...
So I'll go over. and just introduce myself as a fan, and ask if he had any fallout from the fight with the dwarven cleric a little bit ago, and I'm going to use pointed question,
Okay.
which allows me to ask a question that charms or needles someone in just the right way. I ask a question, roll a diplomacy check, and against their creature's will DC, and what basically I'm sort of asked kind of the you can't handle the truth kind of thing, where I'm sort of provoking a unconsidered response that will more likely be true.
Alright. Go ahead and roll your diplomacy.
If you had to guess,
Oh no.
It's
based
the
on my
number of the
previous
night.
experience. I rolled so that is a, let me see here, do I have any bonuses that I can use? And the answer is no, so that is a 12.
A 12. Versus their will DC?
Yes.
Oh, then you pass. A lot of
like
people's
I-
will DCs are not super high.
I feel like I'm cheating a little bit. But I'm going
No,
to
some
take
of
it.
it's like
This is
6
good.
or 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
take it.
really-
Yeah.
Wait, the will DC, would that be 10 plus the will save?
New.
Or...
It's just their will save, basically.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So what was the...
A 12. And basically it evokes an unconsidered and truthful response.
Okay. And what
it's
is
sort of like a way of gathering information through conversation as opposed to an investigation.
Okay. And what was your question?
Did he have was there any fallout or bad blood between himself and the elven cleric that he fought the other day?
The dwarven cleric?
Dwarven cleric.
Yes.
I did feel bad for her. I did not... I mean, it was a demonstration of my abilities, not necessarily a gesture to rid her of her arm.
When
I
you're
did-
that good, it's just hard to hold it in, right?
Well, I did it on purpose, yes. And it was not...
Was the woman there the guard that he was speaking to afterwards my
Odella.
boss?
Yeah, Odella.
Okay.
Yep. It was meant to be a means of demonstrating what I'm capable of. She seemed like a very, or at least a decent fighter, that she could hold her own. It just happened to be that I was quicker than she was.
So you don't know her personally?
Never met her before in my life.
She hasn't bothered you afterwards?
I have not seen her back here, no.
She wouldn't have time to.
You happen to...
I do think you look familiar. You tried to give her a drink, I believe.
And I should just like,
really?
wow, lots of half elves in this city. Am I right? No, I was here. Yeah, I did. It was interesting.
No, you most definitely, yes.
I was
you
here,
most
yeah.
definitely were here.
Anosha.
Hi, Darius.
I knew Odella when I was little, and
If it wasn't for your family connections, I might ask if you had access to rings.
Well,
nope.
She didn't do very good job of it. The wine
Yeah.
hit the ground. That's good wine.
I know it is. It was unexpected, and that's more fun at the time. But yeah, well,
You have some explaining to do.
I had to make sure you guys were safe.
And the way you tossed that coin just
Oh,
really caused quite the
we
distraction.
are going to be great friends, aren't we?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Well, it was a good demonstration, and it was impressive. I hope Odella takes your word, and
I appreciate that. If you apparently you know Odella, if you wouldn't mind putting in a good word for me, that might help.
sure. Not sure what mine's worth, but
Reginald
For what
gets
it's
to
worth.
multi-class into Magus after.
There you go.
Well, glad you two know each other. So
Wow, is that a hint of jealousy I hear from Ko?
no, it was more of because I didn't know Anasha was there.
Yeah.
So it's more of a skull, like, oh, I see how it is. And it's Darius, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, we asked these questions because I mean I was there that night. I don't know if you recognize me and my friend Gazmak.
Did you fight?
We did not fight, but we bet, and
Did you bet on me?
Gazmak did actually, and he
So,
won a good sum.
Did you bet on me?
I bet against. Think of it more like betting against Gazmak.
Co, I'm very disappointed in you right now.
You know what?
You should know.
I'm not much of a gambler.
With
You
like
saw
a
me
very
play
straight
ships
voice.
yesterday, so.
Just
Well, anyway, we asked because the dwarf that you fought that night was found dead the next day.
Oh, that's horrible.
It is, and we're currently investigating. There was 2 others found
Now,
dead.
I'll be very clear. The arena does not allow people to kill inside the ring. So
Right, this was outside the arena. We suspect
Okay.
their bodies were found up in west of Friggs Square.
wait, are you saying I'm a suspect?
no.
No, we're mainly trying to find more information.
We were both that. We're just seeing if you could have any help.
If you intended to kill her, you would have killed her in the arena. Even though that's
Again,
not,
you're not allowed to do that.
you know what? Yeah, you're right.
Maybe it's a good thing you didn't fight.
Oh, maybe we'll see about that.
While this awkwardness is going on, I'm just gonna sidle off to the basically wherever bets are made
Okay.
and find out if there's any like big fights, like champion of the arena or someone who's got a streak going or something like that. To see if there's any kind of high profile fight, and I'm gonna ask if there was a similar fight this time last week.
Okay. You find out that typically there's one huge fight a month. And that's kind of like where the reigning champion will fight. It is due to be in the next 2 weeks. And currently the top winner is a tiefling.
Okay. Was there anything unusual about the fights or the betting or anything like that a week ago, like on Saturday or Saturday night? I think is what it was.
No, everything appears to be in normal order. We didn't throw anyone else. No one died.
Do you guys keep a list of the fighters? I'm sure you guys have like rankings.
We
and
have
all
a
that
bracket
kind
for
of
the
stuff.
winners.
All right. So can you tell me who won that night? Can you tell me who lost that night?
It's going to take me a little bit. We don't have the losers. We don't keep track of them. They don't matter.
Fair.
The winners, though, I could get you a list.
That'd be great.
And what's in it for me?
A tip on the next winner.
Are you going to give me a portion of your bet, or
No, I'm going to tell you who's going to win.
I take the bets? I'm not allowed to bet.
Well, that can help you out.
Then I can see on the information.
Balls. 5 silver.
So we'll do.
All right.
And he gives you a list of, from that night, 6 names.
All right.
And we can make up that list later.
I was going to say it's not germane. No,
Yeah.
it's something that.
Does anything strike me as odd about the arena?
No,
That's a fair answer.
because it has to do with your investigation, correct? Yeah, not currently.
I was gonna say if there was a list of the losers, we could go to the days that each one of them died and see if they were on that list, if they found the arena.
It could also be that this has nothing whatsoever to do with
Yeah.
it. And that it's
But we'd be able to
coincidental.
cross that out
That is true.
because we know at least one of them was. But
Darius doesn't recognize either of the other 2 faces, does he? The human and the
Have
elf.
you shown them to him?
we showed him.
Oh, we showed them all, I thought, right? Or was just the dwarf? Oh.
Well, let's show them all of them then.
Okay. The human, I've seen him here before. The elf, though, no.
Does he fight?
I don't know if he fought or if he was just betting. If he fought, he wasn't very impressive. Not worth remembering as far as that's concerned. But the face does seem to have been here before.
Well, that is very helpful to know.
Few people would be when they're compared to Darius.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, if he did in fact fight,
Was that supposed to be a flattery something?
Diplomacy check.
I rolled a natural 1.
That flattery fell a bit flat.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry if I came across that way.
Making an impression, I've got
You're making an
a 10.
impression.
I did not mean to come across as
so much
Being
for Reginald's promotion opportunities in the
arrogant,
future.
but I am very aware of my abilities.
I was gonna say I'm still over with,
Oh, yeah,
with
true.
the bartender and guy taking the bets. I just asked him if any of his regulars have gone missing.
It's no one that are regular in here betting has gone missing. I mean, fighters come and go. You know, if they lose once or twice, they figure out it's not for them, and they usually will join maybe the ships or find somewhere else to be.
Fair enough.
I will break off from Darius and try to speak with the bet master of bets.
so we're Cypher is,
That
right?
Yeah.
same guy?
That's right.
Yes,
That's what
but I'm sort of I'm affecting, like, I don't know you. I'm not. I'm just kind of ignoring you a little bit so that it doesn't look like we're all together.
That's fair.
And I'm going to ask whether or not he has seen, if the. I'm going to show him a picture of the elven
It's not needed right
girl,
now. Okay.
and ask if she has lost a lot of money here previously, and I'll give him the picture along with 5 silver as well.
Okay. Well, I mean, she seems to be a face that I would remember, but I don't recognize her as being someone that would be in here. I was going to say that currently there's a dwarf that has lost the most money, but
There are certain people that she owes a great deal of money to that are very interested in finding out
that
where
she
she might have.
owes a great money to.
She has a lot of debts. That's why I'm here.
No, as far as I'm aware, she does not have any debt here.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
I'll take back the picture and leave the 5 silver. Unless I can take both back.
You can try thievery, but I think that's pretty low on your chart there.
Yeah, it's probably not one of your strongest.
I can apply my investigation bonus to thievery checks.
Can you really?
That bonus is a 1.
Oh. Fair. Alright, well I think we've gotten everything we can here.
So do you plan on fighting at any point in time?
You know, you are not the first person to ask me that. I don't know why. Do I look really mad?
Yeah, Naja, do you plan on fighting anytime soon?
You do have your monk wraps on,
I keep these on all the time.
which means you're a fighter, right?
I punch things. I
That's
also
the question.
You saw me the other night. I think someone was gonna drop one on the floor and throw a coin at the walls, gonna blast in the ring.
I've seen drunken masters before.
She tries to
Drunken
hide
bastard.
the offense and keep a cool face. 5 breaths.
You, sir, don't know Naja.
Don't tell Gazmatic. He'll
Well,
change
I
classes.
certainly wouldn't accept a challenge against you. I'm sure you're quite a bit more skilled than I, but I could learn a lot watching
Well,
From a distance.
if you ever do, and
from
I'm
a
here,
big long distance.
give me a heads up before you fight.
Okay,
If I'm here.
will do.
You're gonna have your own little fan club here before too long.
This is so creepy. I'm leaving.
So, actually, he's realized that she's klutzy.
Just realized. Oh, you're gonna bet
that
against
it
me.
was not that you were drunk because of the way that you responded. So now he's like, oh, she probably can't actually fight well, so I'll
Yeah.
bet against her. He's trying to get information on bets.
I appreciate the sneak.
Yeah.
Will
there be anything else, or would you like to join me for a drink?
This is the,
Darius.
this is Darius, okay.
That would be you two at this point.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Well, I think we have a place to be. We're going to continue our investigation
Yeah.
tonight, but I appreciate the invitation.
You're around here often, I assume. Since
I spend most evenings here looking for talent.
yeah. Well,
To
maybe
recruit.
we'll see you again then.
Maybe. Good night then.
Ignore that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm already elsewhere.
And you guys are doing?
I would have filtered
Did you
out
finish your round?
as I see the others, and then we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys all
Meet
start to
'em
filter out, and
back towards the
you
door.
hear betting for the next 5 minutes. And 2 people step into the arena.
Who are they? Can I see?
Roll perception. This is as you're getting ready to leave, so.
All right, that's 23.
Okay. One is the tiefling, and the other one is a gnome.
I sort of want to stay to watch this.
What time is it?
It's getting later in the evening.
Okay, well, Nanasha would keep walking
I
straight
have a
out the
feeling
door.
this fight won't last long.
He doesn't have to work hard to convince me I'm down because I was already kind of like walking away while looking back.
Come on, Anacha.
I'm the only one that was like straightforward, walk out the door,
Come
glad
on,
to
Anacha. It's not like
be
you
leaving.
haven't been here before.
Betting is still open.
All right, I'm gonna go up and look and see what I can see as far as inspecting the fighters. Kind of
Okay.
It's a little better. 23.
23.
Reginald will just take note of who is involved, just in case they end up on his slab later.
Very
And
You're
then-
Yeah.
watching the crowd more than the fighters.
And then follow Nasha out afterwards.
Fair.
We can find a dark corner to work in until they get back.
Wow,
Safe.
not sketchy. at
Wow,
all.
are you
Not
just
sketchy.
the Anasha fan club too?
Well, that was to hide from the Nasha fan club.
Oh, I gotcha.
The gnome has a medallion around his neck for Nethys,
Okay.
and the tiefling is carrying a giant war axe,
Nice.
seemingly larger than what he should be able to carry.
Nethys being the god of magic.
Interesting.
Nice. So magical gnome and a really, really, really beefy tiefling.
Yep.
See, if I were to
What
be
are the
betting, I
odds?
would bet on Gnome
What are the
again.
odds?
Oh, yeah.
Just 'cause
You're an underdog kind of guy.
yeah, I
aren't you?
am.
The odds are
Way in the tiefling's
Well-
favor.
way in the tiefling's favor. Yeah.
All right, I'll put 3 gold on the gnome.
3 gold on the gnome.
Oh.
I'll let you decide what the odds
It's
are.
a 20-1.
All right, I am 100% down with that then.
Does the tiefling have one giant hand to hold his giant
See,
axe?
I was more thinking, is the tiefling's name Reiniger?
I like the way Ben was going with it.
It's way more fun.
Yeah. Any other bets? 2 minutes.
Outside.
Meet you guys out there, I guess.
All right.
We can talk about.
Where best to stake out?
Well, I was gonna say your benefactor.
Oh, Odella?
Yeah.
So, as the fight begins,
So how do you know?
the tiefling starts to almost get bigger than what it looked like before, and its muscles begin to bulge, and it enters its second form.
Not the final.
Not the final form, no. And
As long as it's not shouting.
the eyes turn a deeper shade of red,
Whoa.
and appears to be raging. As the gnome sees this, you see him, and he casts a spell, and there's now 4 more of him.
Oh, I was gonna say. Then that tells me what it was. I don't have to do an Arcana check.
Then he pulls out his dagger.
Oh no! Well, there's 3 gold down the toilet.
Oh,
The
someone was confident.
So the tiefling looks confused for a moment, and then just comes down with a giant slash and shakes the table, or shakes the tables around the area.
Yeah.
And the carrots.
One of the images
trying not to
disappears.
kick him.
The gnome pulls out a second knife and cuts both parts of that arm. Kind of shakes it off and swings a slash, taking out 2 more of the images. The gnome now looking around.
Wait, the tiefling did that, or the gnome?
The gnome sliced the arm with daggers.
Oh,
The
of
tiefling.
the tiefling.
Yes,
I
of
thought
the
you said
tiefling.
He cut his own arm?
himself.
No, he cut.
I thought he was doing a spell or
He
something.
cut the tiefling's arm,
Aha!
hoping to
Do damage.
do damage, and it
Was-
did a little, but it
but
didn't,
so is he.
didn't
Uppercut.
disable the arm the way he was hoping it would.
Ah.
And then the slash came, took out 2 images. He mutters and disappears.
I can't remember if that makes the mirror image disappear too.
They were all destroyed, I think.
No, he had
Yeah,
one
he
left.
still had
Oh,
one
yeah,
left.
yeah.
I'm gonna say that it does not. But the mirror image will not move with him anymore either.
Ah.
So we'll just say that the spell goes, and it just kind of freezes, and the tiefling takes out the final image. Then, from behind, 2 slashes to the Achilles of the tiefling. The tiefling now is in a bit of a, even more angry than he was before, and drops to one knee as one leg seems to be incapacitated. He swings around, whipping with his tail at the same time, trips the gnome, and the gnome falls on the ground, but the axe lands close. Not enough to hit him.
This is intense. I'm on the edge of my seat.
I just want to know if I get money.
That's so true.
You see the gnome take another spell, and a bunch of glitter.
Oh, that would kill
Comes out.
anybody.
And the tiefling shakes his head for a moment and comes down again with the axe. Hits him in the shoulder.
Oof.
The gnome says, "You should have aimed for the head."
Does he snap his fingers? He's already. Well, no, it's not. I was thinking rainbow, but glitter dust is all one color.
Color spray.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The gnome with his good arm attempts to cast another spell, but it does not have enough ability to do so. And
Sad.
the tiefling still remains the reigning champion.
The champion.
Yep.
Man, that was a good fight.
It's
That was.
much better than the last one you guys bet on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was like. Yep.
So shortly thereafter, you see one of the hired clerics come out and help to seal up that wound on the gnome.
Do we know the name of the tiefling? Was that in the list or anything?
It would be in the list, yes.
Imagine if
I mean,
he's
he's the
super
champion.
popular, the crowd would start chanting.
Everyone would know.
Yeah.
And yes, they certainly would.
What
are they
Are they
chanting?
chanting?
What are they
Bryce?
chanting? Indeed. Ebros.
Evros. That's pretty cool.
Ebros.
All right, but what are they actually chanting? Like the Crusher, or come on.
Oh no, it's just Ebros.
I was hoping for something,
He's got
Ebros
the
the
tiefling name
Destroyer.
generator up, not
The-
the,
the-
not the
the
moniker name
spine tickler. Well, I don't know what it's called.
that was, let's see, Ebros the Brutalizer. Oh yeah.
Ebros the stabby.
But he uses a slashing weapon.
I know. That confuses everyone.
You haven't seen my final form.
The demonstrator.
That's a fun one.
That's cool.
Fresh, like it's a magician
Wait,
who conjures a window
his name
and then
is Ebros
throws
the
them out the
Disarming.
window.
Oh, but that.
You're welcome. You did not hear that, and you're spared.
That would make him
Well, I guess we will go outside and join Reginald and Ashlyn inside. You guys missed a good fight.
I'm still on top for the
Sounded
day.
like it.
The gnome was pretty
a.
cool.
That's fair.
Did he win?
He heard it. He heard
No.
the tiefling.
No.
But no, he did not. But I will say he put up a good fight.
He lost.
Thanks.
So where would you like to go now?
I think we're going to go to the place,
Square.
the drop off.
Okay. So it's about 10 o'clock at night.
Has it been at the exact same intersection?
It has been in the same alley each time.
Are there houses around the alley or any other tenants that
It's
would
like
live
a
near there?
warehouse district right now.
Warehouse,
Or-
okay.
So
Right.
these are the warehouses that would store some goods that would be then shipped up the coast towards Falcon City.
Would a body be subject to the reduce person spell?
It would
once
not.
it's-
As you know,
Once it's dead? Okay.
it is specifically a reduced item or object. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if a corpse would count as an object after
After it's
deceased
dead.
or not.
I will say no.
Okay.
That's a good question, though. Let's see where you're going with that.
So it's an alley is where they're found. Like
Then you could get a tiny catapult and just fling them into the alley from a long distance away.
wait for them to.
So on one side is the 2K brewery, and the other side is your general alley. Is a general warehouse.
Okay. So and either end is open.
Yes. So it's like an alley that comes up,
Right.
comes in behind the brewery area, and exits.
So it's 10 o'clock though by the time we get there?
Yep.
I am going to set an alarm trap at either end.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to spend a little bit of time doing. I'm going to spend extra time because it only takes, I think it only takes,
10 minutes or so to set
yeah,
up.
if that.
If that, yeah.
But I'm taking extra care to make them hidden.
Okay. Alright, roll thievery for that to keep them hidden.
Okay.
That or craft, whichever is higher.
Okay. Thievery. 23.
You hide them pretty well. Then what would you guys like to do while he's setting up his alarm traps?
Could we be in where the bodies were found, like looking around, roll perception and see?
Yep.
Guys can
See
walk
anything?
around.
Let's wait a little bit on that. Just I don't want to be. I don't know when they're coming throh. When the bodies are being found at midnight.
That's
I don't. Maybe they come and scope the area out and then drop the body off.
You would probably have about 20 minutes while he's setting up his traps. If you wanted to at least look through the alley.
That's true.
Because he's going to set them up at either side.
Do either of you guys have? What access to light sources do we have? Are we using a lantern here?
I have
Can you
prepared
cast
light,
light?
so I could cast light on anything if you wanted.
That would probably be a little bit better.
It is pretty dark.
Um,
I didn't think about that.
So yeah,
So
let's go check the
I've
area
got a
out.
couple, I've got a couple torches or ever burning lights.
While and then
And I'm gonna hide them.
I was gonna say maybe somebody watches Cypher's back while he's got his nose in the wires.
I'll be
and
the
such,
I'll be a
and then-
watch then.
Okay,
Because I'm not. Yeah.
several feet in. to
You're
where
pretty
somebody
good
was
at
just
finding stuff.
Yeah.
But
tipping
it's up to you.
through. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Where they have to make a conscious effort
To go down the
to
alley,
come
yeah.
down
Just
the
not
alley.
at the very end where they
Right,
could
right.
trip or something. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'll cast light on a stick. Torch.
Okay. And so the two
I
of you
will basically poke around, doing my investigator thing.
Alright, roll perception.
Not that it's better than other people's
Not that you
thing.
can also roll perception as you're looking around.
20 non-natural.
And since this, I can
This
give
will be
one
part of your
person a
investigation.
bonus. I didn't declare it ahead of time, but you would be the one that would get the bonus here. I can do it every 10 minutes. So,
Nice.
I got a perception. Sorry, math is hard, but 19.
19? Alright. You are able to tell that it seems that there is a small blood trail leading to where the bodies would have been found. So there's
From
what appear to be pooling of blood in a couple different, or in 3 different places, but there is a blood trail leading to each of them.
Is it the
Out
same
of the
direction
alley?
to travel each time?
No. And on the 21, you notice that it's not drag marks. It seems to be falling blood.
like carried in the air or something.
Maybe.
Or
Okay.
you said fallen blood, right?
I mean,
Yeah. so
Blood that had fallen off.
it's
Is
not.
this-
It's not smeared. It's more
Is
like
this
trickle.
alley?
And some of it is in footsteps. Or like half a footstep.
can I tell like about what size the footstep is, bigger or smaller than mine?
I will give you another perception roll
Okay.
to thoroughly examine that. Yeah, you as well, because you could point it out to
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
And I am going to follow up on this. Which
That sounds like a special thing.
it is. I think it's a
Oh,
special
good.
thing. Anyway, let's see here. That is 25.
Okay.
Mine was like nothing. So.
All right. So they are most definitely different prints.
The 3 different trails have different sets of prints. Each
3
time.
different prints. Yep.
What would you describe these as? Large boots, bare feet,
Based
claws.
Based on, they are all boots or shoes. One appears to be more of a medieval version of a classier
Okay.
woman's shoe.
Did you say women's shoe?
Mhm.
If I could just keep an eye out on the like the roofs on either side of the alley. Now that I saw that they were falling, I want to make sure. we have our
Okay,
heads
you don't
covered.
see anything above you. that
Would
indicate- like it is most definitely a trail. It's not like somebody threw them off the building.
there's since we're seeing footprints, are there any tracks like a wheelbarrow or a cart or something like that?
Nope, appear to be lone footprints, and with your 25, you most definitely know that they could be associated with each person that died. It looks like they walked.
Ah, got you.
Creepy.
Okay. Well, they're suggestible because
They're
of
in
the
their sweet
drug.
dreams.
Good point.
So yeah, that. Okay, yeah, I was gonna. And are they like unusually deep, like they were carrying anything else, or stumbly, or?
Nope.
Interesting. So they. Is there enough of them basically to tell how they were walking?
Yes. So the dwarf, what you would know is the dwarf, based on foot size and everything, appears to be staggering a little bit. That's likely because of the wounds.
Because if
The-
it was her leg, yeah.
Yep. The blood trail for both the human and the elf. The human appears to be. They may have had a little more to drink. They had most definitely moved around a little more. The elf, based on the gait, would have been a normal walk.
Co. Are you any good with the med kit I see you're carrying?
I am actually, yes.
You should have that ready. I suspect we might need that tonight.
All right. That's good to know. I'll have it. I'll prepare it.
Just in case we have an injured and highly suggestible drugged person wander into the alley to die tonight.
Certainly.
Is there any way we can try to follow these footprints back?
You can attempt it. It'll take some time. It'll be a survival or perception.
We're gonna say I have healers, those healers gloves or whatever.
I'm definitely going to be trying survival, or perception then. Survival is a dumb stat. Oh good, it was a 4 this time.
Do you want a different D20?
Kind of. I want my
They're the
GM
same.
die 20s. Let's roll lots of crits.
Sure.
Mine
Maybe
was
because
13.
2 of the numbers are 20s. I mean,
Oh yeah, those that wooden dice.
so yeah, I've only got like a 12 or a 13 with my detective kit to follow things up. So
Okay.
I'm not expecting anything.
It leads off. You're able to follow it for a little ways, but it starts to fade out, or just general traffic and stuff might have covered it up from
Was
what
it
you're able to.
out of the alley or into the alley? That's fairly basic, right?
It
We
seems
can
like
tell
they came.
from
They
the
walked
room.
into the
Into
alley
the
from
alley.
either direction.
Out and around.
So it seems likely somebody is causing them injury and drugging them, and then suggesting / influencing them to just come into this particular alleyway to sleep it off, and then they don't wake up or whatever the mechanism is.
What was the name of the brewery?
I didn't catch that either.
That is 2 keg brewery.
Okay. The reason I ask is
Maybe somebody has a grudge against that.
against the brewery and they're trying to,
or the or
they're
the
trying to
warehouse. We
accomplish
can also
two
look into
things.
that.
Yeah, of
The site
Getting rid
seems
of
to be
these
special
Yeah.
for some reason.
So, if they can discredit the brewery while getting rid of people that they want to get rid of, then two things at once, maybe.
Well, at least it's not like a whole force is coming in and dropping a body that could attack us as well. It's most likely just a wandering person.
Alright, so I've got the alarm set up. You guys will know when it goes off. It's a sound, like it's the people within 100 to 500 feet can hear.
Okay.
The good news is we're less likely to scare them off if they're just sending their victims here instead of dumping a body.
And with any luck, maybe, well, it is a drug, but maybe... I'm going meta. I was just thinking, I was like, maybe it'll give them another will save or something against the drug.
To kind of wake up, shake it off.
As long as they're walking, we might be able to staunch the bleeding enough to save them.
It's true.
If they show up tonight. So
we also don't know if they've been given instructions and a blade, and they give it, they do it to themselves once they get here.
It's true. But it looks like, if I remember correctly, the blood trail leads. Yeah, from outside, right? From outside in.
they seem to be walking. The injured people seem to be injured before they come here because they're already bleeding by the time they've walked into the area.
Oh, fair.
But yeah, so let's just find a.
I'm gonna try to find an appropriate place to hide.
Okay.
Just like a clutter of barrels or something we can lean against, throw a cloak over ourselves, and sit down for a while. Preferably someplace that's
I got a
vaguely
13.
dry.
To find a hiding place.
Okay.
These pants are expensive.
You are able to find a space on the backside of the brewery where some empty barrels and stuff are being kept. You could reposition those to where they also gave you a good view of the full alley if you wanted.
Because we have prep time, should we all roll stuff?
You'll still end up rolling stealth.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll roll.
So group stealth roll, everyone.
13.
Oh no.
3.
Oh jeez.
We're all
Just
hiding
standing
behind
out
the
in the
barrels and
open.
your whole leg and arm is sticking out.
Total.
I imagine I'm just sitting there smoking a pipe.
Like on top of the barrel, just waiting.
24.
Yeah, mine was 24.
Okay.
Are we group hiding, or is it better to split
so
up?
I think we're taking the average and dividing it by 4 or something.
Yeah.
I'm helping.
You are.
I
You could have
I
heard more.
almost added 1. I added 0.75 to your total result.
That's right. So, yeah, you've hidden.
As far as you are aware.
Yeah. A stumbling corpse will likely not see you.
That's true.
How long would you like to wait?
About half an hour past midnight, if we're able to determine that to that degree of specificity.
Okay, so judging by the moon and stuff, we'll give
Or
you.
if they have bells or some
estimate.
kind of
True.
hourly timekeeping measure.
Yeah, like if they call it the watches or
Yeah.
something.
So it's 10:30 now. At roughly 11:45, your alarm goes off.
Ooh. What do I see?
Roll perception.
Forehead just sort of.
We're like,
It's like the Scooby thing with a stack of heads.
Are we all rolling?
Do you want us all to roll it?
perceptions?
If you want to look.
16.
16.
Oh,
I'm looking. I'm not hiding.
Yikes, 15.
25.
All right. You see a human female walking down the alley. Does not appear to be intoxicated or anything along those lines.
Does
Is
she
she
look
startled?
disturbed by the sound?
Nope.
Ooh,
Unfazed.
Okay.
Let's go and talk to her.
Yeah.
All right. So as you get closer, you see that she is bleeding from one arm and one leg.
Oh, nice. So can I roll medicine check to try that?
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna basically try to talk to her into letting us help her.
Okay.
Whatever one he doesn't go
roll
for, I'll go
diplomacy.
for that one.
With advantage, so roll twice.
Thank
I rolled an
goodness.
18.
So I don't know.
I'll
Are
just keep
these
my eyes out for anyone else.
are these somebody else's dice?
I think those are Tim's, or
They're mine.
they're
but
yours.
Tim
Yeah.
uses them. Yep.
So-
Feel free, Ben.
Okay.
Roll it.
I don't want to mess somebody's mojo up here.
Well, you should have been here to defend them.
That's bad pool.
You can borrow.
Is the mojo in the dice, or is it
The first roll. The first roll was a 5, and the second roll was also a 5.
Oh man, that's a
Wow.
kick in the pants.
That being said, I have a 15 diplomacy.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. She is
So,
in a very suggestible state, oddly. Yeah. So, what would you say to her?
you look cold. Let us help you wrap your arms and legs
Okay.
something.
I was just saying,
And she just stops and stands there.
I assume that you're gonna take her arm because I'm short, so I'll take the leg.
Okay.
I got a 19.
And while they're
So
working,
18, 19.
Yeah.
and
That's enough to figure out that there's more going on there than just a cut. That there is most definitely, basically, something has been used to cause the bleed to stop or continue bleeding.
Continue, yeah.
If you use a magical means of healing, you might be able to stop it.
Which I don't have that yet.
You do have it.
Can we ask
Okay.
her
do
who's?
you have a healer's
The
like
gloves.
a paladin?
Oh, the
Oh,
gloves.
gloves.
Yeah.
Gloves.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll use the gloves.
Okay. So you use the gloves, and that's enough to
And while
stop the bleed.
while they're working on that,
Also, very good course. You should take it sometime.
yeah,
Stop the bleed.
bleeding.
Aha.
Oh,
I have an instructor if you're looking for one.
But I'm going to, while she's still in a highly suggestible state, suggest that she tell us what she's been doing tonight.
Where she came from, if she's seen anybody.
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Where did she come from?
Oh,
Hi,
my
Joe.
Johnette.
This one I rolled a 9. I feel accomplished somehow, so that's going to be a 19.
I was dancing.
Just dancing?
Yes.
With whom?
Myself and some friends.
Which friends?
It was a girls' night.
At a place in town. Well, not sure it backs up.
Honestly, it probably doesn't matter.
She's like,
Wait, did I break the spell, like, or what?
It's quite the experience.
fair.
Was it only girls?
As far as I can remember.
Who told you to come here?
I don't know.
Do you have family here? In Pike's Point.
What's your name?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Oof. Alright, well, I'm
I
done.
think we have to wait for her to snap out of it.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, she seems to be doing better. Her wounds are healed right now, so.
can you tell us where you came from?
You should came from back there. That's what she
I walked down the street here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Did you pass any boats?
There was no water.
Did you pass any?
There was a market. I love to shop. I think.
What else? What other features?
What we could do is that we could just kind of keep an eye on her,
Mhm.
and as the blood trail should be fresh, we could probably follow a fresh.
I like
blood
that
trail
idea.
back.
So, Anasha, do you mind taking her to the splitting the
We can-
bad. So let's walk. Let's walk back.
The story of how I got murdered on the way
Yeah.
back home.
Next night we find Anasha.
Yeah, I'd just be like,
wandering
"Nah,
around.
you're-
hi guys.
Where were you, Nasha? I walked.
I would feel bad about that. It reflects poorly on your official resume.
Yeah.
When you allow this to happen on your nose.
I'm sure we could, if we pass a guard along the way, flag him down and just go, "Hey."
Yeah.
If
And then that guard ties. I
yeah,
mean,
you're not
I've
wrong.
been
We
watching
should
a lot of-
probably hold
How-
on to
how
her
heavy is she?
until it wears off.
I mean,
That seems like a.
I mean, I
really-
could just put on my back and carry
I know
it.
that's. I know. Not. I know
Okay.
better than ask that question.
I'm a girl, I can do it. It works.
120
Okay,
ish.
so I could hoist her up or
If that's what you want. She also seems to be perfectly fine walking.
walking. You guys healed her good.
She can just walk with us.
You just
Okay.
have to suggest it.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to go for a walk with us?
Well, a lovely stroll through the city. Sure.
Another stroll indeed.
Can I
So,
just?
As she
We don't
starts
recognize
walking.
her. all, right?
No.
Oh wait, you want to walk with us? We're your friends.
Sure. Where are we walking to?
Think
We'll
back.
find out.
Yeah.
This will be one of a lead that I would like to follow, so I'll get a +1 bonus to follow the lead, and I will have a 28 to backtrack.
There we go.
I was
There
finally
it goes.
rolled all my 3s have been combined into 1. So
There
all
you
the
go.
3s I've rolled over the night added together is what I got for this one.
All right. Build up that mojo.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, as I said, the brewery is here. The warehouse is here.
Mhm.
It comes down the trail here, and it ends. It starts here.
So
So
it
she
actually starts.
starts.
That's where you see the trail start.
So,
Interesting.
I'll make note of any establishments that are in the area. Are there any guards posted here at this intersection of a major city street?
There's no guards at this specific one, but you do know that guards are to patrol the main street here.
Okay. So, and are there any beggars or hawkers or other sort of nightlife type people?
Not here. Most of them currently, from what you would remember, are going to be down in the
4 is
Pike's Row, basically trying to get
Pride X
drunk people to give them free
Square.
money.
Is Pride X Square relevant?
Pride
That's
Square
where we
is
are.
Yeah.
is
It's 4.
Pride Square is 4. So
Yeah.
this way are the rich people. This way is the warehouse district,
Okay.
and this is where the brewery is as well.
So I'm going to kind of
It would also be like where the major, like, think like the glassworks and all your big construction type companies.
artisan
Yeah.
kind of things. Okay.
That's where they would create stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to just sort of I'm gonna go get the guard, and I'm gonna walk towards the gate
Okay.
at a brisk pace, and trying to catch a guard before it's too much time has passed.
Cool. And as you walk up, you do meet them coming back this way.
So I'm going to show them the badge. Say, my name is Reginald. I'm working on a case on behalf of the City Watch. Recently, have you seen any carts or groups of people walking or anything that would be, even if it's usual, any kind of traffic on this street tonight in the last 10 minutes, 20 minutes?
We've had several carts come through. Some are mostly all heading into Critic Square, the housing district. There appears to be some sort of after party happening at a house there.
Which house?
Would you be able? So, yeah, that's a good question. Do you know which house?
I was not invited. I'm not sure which house exactly, no.
Would you be able to point out any of these carriages or carts if you saw them again?
I'd recognize one or two of them, yes.
Okay. Can you write?
I mean, I know my letters.
Very good. I need you to write down everything that you have seen based on those carts. Here's a light. And I'll set my lantern down next to him.
Roll diplomacy. With advantage because you got your badge.
Damn straight I got a badge. I got a magical sap. Don't make me use it. Ooh! Natural 19. So that's going to be like a 30.
30 something. Okay.
Yeah, 30. Well, 10 plus 9. Sorry, 29. I rounded up when I shouldn't have.
That's a critical success.
It is.
That
I
means
also-
something good in this game.
I also trained intimidation, so I will if I have to.
You won't need to. Diplomacy was high enough. Happy to help the investigators. And he slowly works through a list. The only name that sticks out is Gilrick.
Gilrick.
I've been ruminating on this all night long. We will see.
Gilrick.
You know Gilrick?
I'm just thinking. I don't know.
And the others are just plausible deny, like
most of the other cart. That was the only cart that I have recognized as far as I know the owners. The other carts are general carts that are used for diplomats or the escort service.
just like the bad guy.
What's Gilbert look like?
Yeah.
Since you know him.
They are
diplomatic
a
immunity, so
older
he can't
couple.
sue.
They have they're both elves. Very regal.
Georg is the last name. then.
Georg is the last name. Yes.
Full elves both?
Yes.
Or do you think he's the really rich?
I mean,
guy
he might have been the
offering you
son.
wine? Something?
It might be difficult to ask a noble family to see their cart.
That's true.
I wonder if we could see it without asking.
We could probably arrange that. But first, we have some baggage.
Certainly.
Oh, guard, have you seen this lady here in the last little while?
No.
No. Okay.
Should I?
Oh, we're I don't know if I should say anything. Not particularly.
You.
What's your name? I don't think you called
You'll
it.
find out very shortly. It's an ongoing investigation, and I'd rather keep rumors out of the guardhouse until we've concluded the matter, especially if we're dealing with
I'd rather
somebody
not
like
know
House
then.
Gilrick. Not that we are.
I mean, I would love to know, but I'm not one to keep my mouth shut.
At least you know it. There's a lot of us who don't know
Does
it.
he look like he's been drugged?
No. But Odella looks very poorly on those that share the house secrets. So, yes, don't tell me.
I know, right? There was this one time. Never mind.
What was it?
I've had to work with her.
Oh. Yes.
Is there a way? I was gonna say, is there a way that we can get her taken care of? We're pointing to the lady.
I was thinking that too.
We need someone to protect her, someone competent, other than loose lips over here.
We can certainly bring her to the guardhouse. We'll want to talk to her later anyway and ensure that she is being cared for, and all those things can happen at the guardhouse, I would think.
None of you happen to know how long this drug takes to wear off, would you?
Yeah,
Maybe.
would I?
You haven't experienced it.
So a 20,
Thanks for that.
27 underworld lore.
27 underworld lore. It seems to last about 8 hours.
Roughly 7 and
Depending on the size.
So it could be
Well,
a
we don't
while,
know
it
when
could
she
be a
was
while.
drugged, so.
I mean, true.
72 heartbeats.
Ooh, that's a good. No. We need her watched closely
To
for when it
determine.
wears off.
We
'Cause
can
then we can find out
we
when she
can
was drugged.
we
That's a
can
good point.
task the people we leave her with that as well. Although it will probably be something of a gradual process. We'll know if she starts screaming.
Or at least they
That's a
will.
nice way to put it.
Just ask her what her name is every 10 minutes. I mean, that might work.
Eventually she'll remember.
Good thinking, though. I like it. So yeah. Other than that, I really would like to see, or have somebody see the inside of that cart, preferably before they have a chance to mop it out if there is bleeding inside of it. I'm going under the assumption that she was dropped off someplace, and that's why we picked up the trail at that entrance. And this is certainly a cart that I would associate with a ladies' night.
Well, then let's. I mean, if you get me to a place, chances are I can probably see inside of it.
He is pretty good at sneaking.
I didn't want to assume.
Because of the tiny half-lit who dressed all in black.
It's actually the mask.
That's what it is.
They hid very well among the barrels.
We may
All
or may
right,
not have
look.
had riots recently.
So what would you like to do?
I'm following you guys to this Gilrick house.
Well,
I don't know.
yeah,
where
we
it's
need
at.
to make sure she's taken care of first, right? She's not gonna.
Yes, so we're first going
Although
to
in
drop
Indian society,
the
I find
unknown
myself.
woman
Okay.
off at the guardhouse.
Okay.
Given-
And two of the guards said that they will escort her to the healers area of the guardhouse.
Ensure
And,
that she is watched carefully. She is a potential murder victim and and our first witness in this investigation. We don't know what they may or may not do in order to maintain their anonymity.
Yes.
Reginald would say it correctly. And
See an enemy.
That's
Got
right. It's like anemones.
I know.
Where?
Don't worry yourself, kid.
and it's vaguely possible that this may or may not involve upper class families.
So, if you could also watch her to see about when she seems to come to her natural self, that would be helpful.
Okay.
And lastly, if we can, basically, if they used a blood sample to test
Yeah.
in the morgue, so we can use.
Butters already knows how to do the thing.
So a similar test should work, possibly on the bandages. But if either way, we'll ask for one of those tests to be done by the healers while they're there.
So they may want to get a blood sample that they
just to
before
confirm.
it wears off.
Although it didn't wear off in the weak dead person, so you shouldn't be too afraid of that.
It might be like it breaks down. I bet we're probably getting too high tech for a fantasy setting.
I was just thinking,
But we did
like,
find they all
It's
I
had
was
magic.
just thinking,
It is.
The magic breaks down.
well,
And that's something we can
sunrise,
ask about
living-
is, are there any spellcasters at the guild house that would be able to use detect magic to try to determine what was keeping the wound open?
Yes, and upon casting detect magic, they get a divine aura from it, and it seems that the healer's gloves is covering whatever magic covered what was used.
Holy
Then,
fingerprints.
If it's possible to test for potions or other kinds of poisons or things with the blood samples, that would be something to look at, just in case it was not magical in nature.
Okay, and they will take a blood sample to Butters.
Leeches.
I was just like, we come back and she's dead. She's been exsanguinated because they keep
This
taking
one bled to death too.
There's so many things we have to test for. We can only do one at a time.
Before
They
we
keep on bleeding to death even when we save them.
Before we leave her with the guards, if Anasha could just give a good hard look at what she's wearing, if she was wearing any strong perfume, anything of that nature.
Roll
We
perception.
need you to go undercover.
That could be cool, and it'd be like Vin.
We put Ko into a dress and wig.
That would be great. I'd love to see that.
That would work.
Tails just
attention.
wagging
Yeah,
underneath.
This is a twirly dress.
Whether it's supposed to be or not.
You said I was supposed to be suggestive.
Suggestible. Suggestible. No. Oh no.
What's wrong with
Well,
you?
you know what I mean. So great. We love you.
We use nets all the time in the swamps. Oh goodness.
Here are 3 dead chickens. Are you not? Are you not interested?
That's right. Is this not an appropriate offering for your people? Alright, so I guess are we going to the noble district or section?
I'm wondering
or
how
something?
much trouble we're going to get in if this goes wrong, and how easy it's going to be to sneak into some high class estate
They
like
probably
that.
have private gods.
Yeah.
Ooh, before we leave, we should check and see if she's got an invitation on her. Well, no, she wouldn't because they sent her to kill herself. They wouldn't have left a smoking gun, as it were.
Is she dressed for a party?
She was dressed for dancing.
She was actually dressed for dancing.
Like high class dancing or low class dancing?
That's very diplomatic.
Like
Classy
the,
but suggestive.
Gotcha.
And this would have been like middle class clothing, not high end fashion.
Yep. I would know the difference.
Reginald would know the difference.
Reginald would know the difference.
My personal tailor. I don't have much.
Do you happen to frequent an establishment called the King's Man?
If I did, I wouldn't tell you.
That's fair. I'm not into clothes.
So, you are going to attempt to go to the party?
What?
So
Are
there's
we
a party
serious?
going on?
Is it
Yes.
still? Is it still going on?
Yeah. It's only midnight.
She, oh my gosh, she like would regret taking off her wraps 100%. Oh my gosh,
So
I would be a baby. I already can't hit things with these guys.
Probably pass for I'm a noble once.
Yep.
But I am somewhat recognizable, and that might cause long-term complications politically.
Yes and no. Yeah.
I just like, and I start just kind of, as we're going, rearranging my clothing into not formal wear, but just indentured servitude. This, all right, I'm getting ready to carry the drinks on my head because these people suck. And like,
Do you have a disguise kit?
I do not have a disguise kit. Or do I have a disguise kit? I don't have a disguise kit. Basically, I'm gonna try to just sneak my way in as a servant.
All right.
That's my plan, just because.
I might also be able to fake being some kind of I was thinking like cart repair person.
I was gonna valet.
Yeah, something along those lines. Just I would probably need a cart if I was going to be a valet, or a toolkit if I was not, and I have neither yet.
The important word.
There is a single cart still with your names on it at the entrance.
That's right. I was like, we
Like,
had a
Why
cart
did you
once
not
a
name
week.
this among our assets to
Oh
begin with?
yes, I need a Coke. I call it Coke. No, we
That
just had
guy's
a
lit.
wheelbarrow. Yeah, we do have a cart and
Yeah, but it's probably
multiple
not
horses,
nice
but-
enough to get in. I was just more thinking about walking out and just kind of deedly dee.
Sort of just walk by with another.
grab a box or
Yeah.
something, and then.
since she won't remember or care, I don't know if we've left her with the guards already, but it might be nice to just search her clothing and see if there's any, like you said, like invitation or anything else. Nothing,
There's some money and stuff like that, but no
Okay.
invitation. So
since they haven't swiped money. Nice. Okay.
it's a murder mystery.
I know. How fun.
Man, if only there were another way that you guys could get into a party that was for nobles that there was a posting for. Bodyguards and escorts needed. Sign somewhere.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't know about this.
I was like, did we
I feel
take
it's
the notice?
considerably
We
less
took all
stupid.
of them, right?
You took a piece of each of the
Yeah.
Oh,
notes.
did
yeah.
we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, there you go.
If nothing else, you took note of the notice.
that's true.
Oh!
You needed this there.
Alright,
Just-
who wants to be the one to remember?
I will. I will.
That sounds like the worst idea we've had in a long
No
time.
one. That's the worst one.
The worst idea we've had in a long
I
time.
was gonna say, we're sitting here talking as we're walking. We're talking about how we're gonna get in. You're, out loud going, "Well, I don't want to get fired," and I am just put upon. And all right, fine, I'll play the servant and whatnot.
I'm sweating.
And you're like, I'm gonna have to pretend to be somebody
Think
like
it's
fancy. And, now
And
it's
Co
your
is
turn.
Co is actively
Yeah.
thinking, where can I fit in? Because I'm not gonna fit in
That's right. 'cause they're
theme
not gonna
royalty. I'm like, well, guys,
True.
on the job board, I remember. I think I have the card here. Actually, yes, it's for being a bodyguard for the nobles.
Did it say what for? I can't remember.
It would have been for nobles or diplomats.
For nobles and diplomats. So, I mean, if Cypher still wants to be sneaky sneak, I can go ahead and take the job as a bodyguard at least, so that I can actually fit in. And
we
get
can
into the
engage
party.
with the guards as a distraction to give Cypher the chance to get in and out.
Or we could just go in and ask and say, "Hey, we have this. We were told to come here and meet people for this job."
They probably won't let you wander into the holding area for the carts if we do that, though.
They may not have anywhere else to put us.
I could pretend to go in without an invitation and make a big fuss about it.
You do potentially know someone that might be there.
And I'm really good at dropping wine whenever I need to be noticed, apparently.
And throwing money.
Yep, at people.
Alright.
At people.
Alright, so we're going to go up and ask about the job, and then we're going to go from there. Alright.
And are you okay if we to try to basically see if they're trying to clean out the cart or if it's not been cleaned out yet?
I will make an effort to...
So we don't want to show up with 4 and leave with 3.
Mm.
They're trained to look for those things.
Alright, so you can show up with 3, and I'll wait in the shadows.
If we had coat and a dress, you would be able to hide under it.
That's a valid point. I make a note for next time.
I'm gonna make this happen
Speaking of
somehow.
dress, if
Ooh.
I'll need something if we're actually going in.
So yeah, so I have a climbing kit, so I'll see if while you guys are making a very loud activity for jobs, I will see if I can make it over the wall or something
Sounds
like
good.
that.
Alright. So as you arrive, there are guards outside
Guards
the
in the
main
cart.
gates. There are 2 gated entrances and about a 10-foot wall.
Are we trying to sneak in? Or are we just asking about the bodyguards thing?
The latter.
Okay, good.
I'm sneaking in.
So I would imagine that if they're letting carts in and out periodically, that the gates are not shut.
The gates are open. There appears to be almost like a cart off to the one side. There's an area that carts would be able to be staged. And then as you enter, it leads up to a very large mansion. On the gates, you do read the name Narbub.
Okay.
Is that backwards?
Nope.
That's great.
Bubberon.
That's what I was like, it's not bub rub. What is it?
Red Rub.
That's right.
A little on the nose.
I have an 18 society check just to know what that might mean.
Is it a family name, yeah?
Narbub is one of the orc families that have a lot of prominence here.
I don't speak orc, but yes, okay.
Yeah, me neither.
And
Is orc a language?
Maybe. Goblin is.
True.
That's fair.
so, they own a couple businesses, nothing of note, and they've got money in there. They tend to throw a lot of
So this is not
elaborate parties.
This is not the Gilrick estate.
No.
It's the Narbub estate that
Correct.
the Gilrick cart has gone into, or we think.
Don't know. This
It's
is
a
just where the
party.
party's happening.
Got it. I'm trying to imagine a orcs girl night out.
Me too.
Lots
I
of
think-
tusks.
Some in health, some as fashion accessories.
That's fair.
Got some jewels on.
While they're walking up and doing that, I will.
So, wait, what are you guys on?
So we 3 are presenting ourselves as adventurers interested in taking them up on the job offer in order to distract the guards
Okay.
from Cypher's infiltration attempt.
I know that distraction is an actual thing in Pathfinder 2.
Is it really?
Interesting. And here's where we find out we're really bad at it. Despite being very distracting.
We distract when we don't want to.
This is not what I expected whenever I looked up distraction in Pathfinder 2.
Is it a combat thing?
Phones and other mobile devices are a major source of distraction. And banning them entirely is often
Oh,
impractical.
man.
The guards are just standing there at the post rigidly, and a cell phone slides
Yeah,
across the ground.
Fired.
Doodly doodly doo.
The next thing you know, they're staring at it like Hypnotoad.
That's right. Any sufficient advanced technology.
Okay. Roll deception. Actually,
All of us?
It's
sorry.
not deception.
I don't-
Not.
I mean-
Roll diplomacy.
Yeah.
And deception's not on the sheet.
I
anyway.
will
Yes, it is.
take the lead,
is
I
there.
suppose.
Yeah.
The face man, as it were,
Do you want me to do?
despite being
Right.
here for the first
Okay.
time. So this is an
Because very much depend on how they do.
this is an 18 diplomacy.
Okay.
Yeah, 21.
2.
Of course.
I don't have any plus. with
Oh,
this
yeah.
one scene.
So you took lead though.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna negate your.
That's okay.
We don't keep him around for his looks.
Okay. You can roll regular
Okay.
for stealth.
Stealth. You want me to go stealth or acrobatics to get over the wall?
With the climber skill and stuff,
or-
you're not gonna have a hard time getting over the wall. So stealth.
What do you mean you haven't heard of the 12 sages?
I'll
Nice.
take that.
28, right?
That's a 28 for stealth.
Move along.
Not needing any here.
They usually accompany the guests. And tell your friend he doesn't need to climb our wall.
I'm offended.
How many gods are there?
There's
Out of-
someone climbing your wall.
He rolled a natural 20.
That's messed up.
He is not on his phone.
And he rolled a natural 17 for checking your diplomacy.
Nice. How many are there?
How many what?
Guards are we talking to?
There's 2 guards at each gate.
Only 2.
If you are accompanying a guest, you're able to enter, but that is all.
When did the guests
The
enter?
problem is we are, but we don't. The lady in question wishes to maintain her discretion, but believes that she left her belongings in the cart that dropped her off. A friend's cart. She doesn't want to involve it. It would be a scandal if the families were involved.
Roll deception. Ooh, very good.
Oh, you have a hero point that allows you to
You have one
hero
roll
point.
No.
one check.
I've had enough 3s for the night. So I just want to double check myself here. I'm standing right now at a deception at a 27 plus 18 is 25. I think that's probably going to be as far as I can go. Yeah, for deception purposes, yes, 25.
The lady and one of your guards may enter. I'm assuming you're the lady?
Everything inside her dies. she just doesn't lie. Wow, I don't know. Hopefully that came off good.
Fortunately, you had someone else lying.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you have to go.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that's me. I'm gonna go shoot a
All right. So you guys are able to enter.
Wait, you
No,
and
they
who?
can't.
It would be him.
I
He was the one that-
totally accept.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say,
true.
if you're looking for something, you're probably the best choice.
All right. And
So you're able to access the carts.
first of all, is there any anybody else like in the area, or people coming and going, or
There's a small fire just outside where the carts are, and that seems to be where all the drivers are congregated.
got it?
Are there windows I can look through while you're searching the cards?
Depends on which cart it is.
Okay.
So
Are you trying to look in the mansion, or
A little bit. I was gonna see if they could see into any main room or.
She wants to know what a worst ladies' night looks like.
the
wanna
ladies'
know-
night was an experience, not here.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I want to know if I have a friend in here. Well, not really a friend, but if I know somebody in here.
Okay. Roll stealth.
Okay.
And I am simply going to investigate specifically Gilric's cart, but
Okay.
then
If it's
we'll
even
move
in
on
there.
from there.
Yep.
If I don't. Hero point, you say?
Oh, actually.
Now is the time.
Yeah.
We are going to run over, and we probably will not have a after action. Rachel and Caleb will not be able to join us next week, so I'm trying to at least get us to a point that we can stop at a sufficient area. So.
How about now? before we have to declare the results.
So you can re-roll next time.
I got a 29 on stealth. So.
Oh,
Ooh, look at you.
Very good.
You.
I know where that roll went.
What did you get then?
So I started with a 6, and if you roll the hero point, do you substitute the other one or keep the higher?
You
of
keep
the
the
two?
higher.
So it's still a 6 because I rolled a 2.
Oh,
Into the hat. But so with pursuing a lead, with my detective kit, and with perception, that gives me a 16.
Okay.
And even if it's been cleaned up hastily or something like that, but and also, is there anything odd about the area?
All right. You do notice something odd from one of the other carts.
Very good. So I'm going to sort of take note of that one and then try to investigate that one as best I can.
Okay. Looking at that one, it seems to be cleaner than most of the other carts. You do not notice blood of any sort there, but it is significantly cleaner than most of the carts there.
Okay. And who does it belong to? Can I tell?
It is one of the hired carts.
Got it. Then we will go and speak with the other people that are around the fire, the drivers, I'm presuming,
Yep.
and sort of the teamsters kind of thing. And
Cabby's Union.
I wish I'd had the foresight to purchase some alcohol. My water skin will probably be turned down.
I shouldn't have any to help with.
So I'm just going to introduce myself as a as like a personal assistant who got kicked out of the party for saying the wrong thing to the wrong person, and those stupid knobs, what do they know, and affect a slight air of dissatisfaction and being downtrodden by all these other...
The man.
Yeah.
So, ain't that right?
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
This is my favorite part.
if I
Where's
wasn't
the
super
conflict?
bad at accents, I would try my posh British accent.
I am horrible at accents, and I only get a little bit of time.
Yeah, they stay for like 3 sentences, but it's the best 3 sentences ever.
Yeah.
I love it.
It just don't
always,
seem
always
right.
having us clean up after them, doing all kinds of odds and ends just because they're too good to get their noses bent out of shape.
Boy, luckily, we don't have to go in the actual carts. They're rented, so.
Oh, good. So you don't have to do this all the time. This is just an every now and then thing for you.
Absolutely, yes. I got one of those from the job board, the escorts and bodyguards. I'm an escort, apparently. I was hoping that was going to get me into the party. Instead, I ended up being a driver. Still
Well,
pays, though.
Definitely. So, yeah.
Apparently, I'm not pretty enough to get into the party.
Me either, friend. Me either. I'm trying to think of how to spin this around so that. Have you had to go back and forth a lot, or has it been a one-time kind of thing?
This is my 3rd time driving.
Just for the same night?
No. For over the past few weeks. There's a party here almost every weekend.
I see. Well, once a night doesn't seem terrible.
No. I stand here, I get paid, I drive them and help them back to their houses afterwards.
Does this guy have the same kind of livery, or is there a way of tying a certain person to the cart that I'm interested in?
They would know which cart that they are associated with, but there's no way of tying them to it unless you basically say, hey, whose cart is this?
So I'm going to try to steer it that way without actually seeming to do so.
Okay.
Interrogation is a class feature kind of thing that I have here.
All right.
So So I rolled an 11 diplomacy.
Cool.
Trying to steer it into, who's the driver of this cart, and have they been having to run back and forth a lot more than anybody else?
Oh, that cart's actually mine. Yes.
It's exceptionally well taken care of. I can see that you have a lot of pride in your work.
I mean, they do. I'm happy to drive it.
Oh, were they not happy with it at the time, or you say
It's rental? There's a whole fleet of them. We get one as part of the service.
Does he seem like he's being evasive with a 21?
No.
Um,
So basically, it seems like it's almost like taxis. They don't get their own individual taxi though, so they are assigned a cart for dignitaries.
So the one that's been spiffy clean is the one that's the guys that we're talking to, but
Yep.
he says he's only been out once.
Mhm.
And that
Drove
was
straight
not-
from the club to here.
the club, you say?
Experience, absolutely.
Interesting. Have you had a chance to go to that one yet? I've been wondering, but I haven't actually been.
Not really my scene.
I'm kind of worried it's not mine either. Anyway, okay.
I'm more of the
Arena.
kind of guy.
So
Thus
would
the
it be
pretty face.
reasonable to suspect that the party actually happened at the experience and then people drove here afterwards?
That's typically how it works. Yeah.
Okay.
It starts there and then ends here.
My job here is done. I don't want to hold us up super late. I don't know what we're looking at time wise.
You've got about another 15 minutes or so.
Oh, okay. That's not terrible. Can anybody else think of what Reginald might want to ask?
From the driver of the cart that might have had a person and another person in it.
I mean, so who
Transport.
who are you taking over here?
I didn't see who was on or the first person in the cart, but there was a beautiful young woman that got in, and I let her out. Where was that? Near the warehouse district at Pike's Row, or whatever it is. Pike's Row, yes.
Critic Square.
Critic Square.
Square,
There
yeah.
it is. Pike's Row is where we came from.
I was like, there you go.
Was she talking with the other person in the cart at all?
Could not hear.
Could not see, could not hear. Could you? I mean, it seems odd that they would normally these types like to make sure everybody sees them.
I didn't see who got in first. The cart just it moved, which caused my attention. I may have been distracted by some
The
beautiful
scenery.
women.
Yeah,
Absolutely. There's some hotties there.
As we are, yes. Certainly understandable.
You could ask him. You could ask him who got out when he got to the party.
Yeah, true. You would have seen me.
So you didn't see them when they got out of the party either?
When we arrive at the party, someone takes the cart from us to park it.
They don't even let you park your own cart?
Not my cart to begin with. Not my business on who's inside.
It's like a
Not my circus, not my monkey.
not my circus, not my murderer.
Would you're at least going to take them back afterwards, I would assume.
If they get back in my cart, yes. They would have to tell me where they live then. Sometimes people tend to stay over as well.
I'm not there, right?
No, we'll get to you in a second.
I didn't think I was.
So if you
Me
wanted to
standing here like
switch
this.
out,
Yeah.
I'm running
So-
around.
So as you further the investigation, you're not going to find much about who is inside that cart.
Yep. I'm thinking that
You are able to talk to the driver of the Gilbert cart and roll perception.
Perception is rolled.
Oh no!
So a natural one leading into a 9.
Oh, weird.
Or
A natural 2.
a 10 if I'm following.
Being
up on
enough to beat
investigation.
you. So the cart driver.
Hold on. So this is close. So let me just verify here. I'm probably not going to be using the detective's kit for this point, but
What is that, like a hat and a magnifying
There you go.
glass?
That's exactly what it is.
don't be jealous. So I have a 10 when I'm pursuing the lead. And a +2 bonus when I'm asking a pointed question to determine a lie. So that's probably not going to apply. So a 10. So
Okay.
that was my guess, my best effort.
He was driving the Gilrick's boy that night.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. And then just I suspect that they used prestidigitation to clean the card up afterwards, because otherwise that would have left no traces behind.
So yeah, you also would have been told that all the cards are cleaned upon arrival to the residence as orders from the master of the house. Mainly, let's face it, bad stuff happens in cards sometimes, and they don't want anyone's family getting in trouble while they're on the property.
So was this I thought this was the only card that was indicating that it was like unusually clean.
This is the only card that's unusually cleaned. So this one was most definitely magically cleaned. Everything else might have been straightened up or booze or something like that removed from it.
Sure, but if they were cleaning up blood, I'm just saying if they were using like cloth or rags or something, they would have had to walk out with bloody rags or try to hide them somewhere, and that's not what you do at parties.
No.
Okay, so that's me taking my time to figure things out.
How much trouble's in Nasha?
Oh, probably.
So Nasha, you rolled really, really well. What would you like to look at?
Well, if I can get to a place, I don't know, with the best vantage point into maybe the deepest part of the. I don't know how big, or how many layers there are.
So there's most definitely
tiers.
Three floors.
Okay.
The top floor does have like a balcony type thing where it's only about half the house. Then the other half is just like a roof garden. That's where the majority of people seem to be.
Oh, they're outside too?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought they were all inside.
And looking inside, you are going to see some people inside as well.
Okay.
And then there is a back area that has a water, almost like a pool, a bathing area, or
Mm-hmm.
So that is also the other part of the party, basically.
Right. Okay. Well,
from what you're able to tell, the people in the back are most definitely the younger people, and maybe some of the people up top would have been your more dignified guests.
I'm gonna sit out here while the kids dance. Okay. Well, if I can look in the window, since that seems the easiest not to be spotted.
Okay. You look in some of the windows, and you see primarily waitstaff going back and forth, getting some alcohol, getting trays of food, and just generally being very busy. The first floor seems to be, at least from the side that you are, the serving quarters to get everything moving.
Would it be feasible to scale the wall to the first garden level without being seen? Are there
You could try.
lots of people around? Okay. I would like to try.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
I'm sorry.
Oh, yikes.
You can roll acrobatics or
it won't matter
athletics,
at this
depending
point.
on what you would like to do.
I believe there. Okay, well, natural 1, which would be a 10. But it's a natural 1.
You do not scale very well.
Trying to do the monk wall run thing, and
and then just
it just ended up being a little split here.
into a cart or something.
Roll.
par for the course. Was what it is.
Roll.
So
You take 1d6, not lethal damage.
Roll stealth with disadvantage.
okay. 14 and 5. So 16.
Okay.
nice.
You have 11 to stealth?
Yeah, I decided.
Oh, it's
I
because
wanted
your
to come
dex
sneak
is so
with
high.
you, and
That's
yeah.
right.
So you attempt to run up the wall, and
Of
you
course.
do fall down. You're able to monk roll out of it.
Okay.
And for the most part, you thought you were pretty stealthy about it. And you're like, "Ooh, nobody saw that, right? Oh, I didn't know that you were at this party.
Oh wait, where is he talking from and who? Where?
He just rounded the corner.
On the bottom floor? Great. Yep. I'll just gonna dust myself off and be like, oh yeah, you know, they needed some bodyguards. So it's good. That's pretty.
Bodyguards. You shouldn't be here as a bodyguard.
Why'd you say that?
You're fair enough to attend.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment, but
If you'd like, you may join us now.
you know, I'm not really dressed for this, so.
I'm sure we have something in your size.
I appreciate it. You come here all the time. These sorts of things.
Yes, this is usually some of the best parties.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, the Knob Bub families. I can't even read my own handwriting. Yeah.
Written on your hand.
That's right.
Yeah.
But now it's smeared because you're sweating so hard.
Yeah.
Narbub, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
I hear they hold quite good parties. Just the sweat just like trickling down.
Would you like to experience it for yourself? Please, I insist.
Is he
And he
walking
sticks out
anywhere?
his arm.
Oh, he's just sticking out his
Yep.
arm. I'm gonna look around and see if I can see. Can I see him anywhere close?
No, he's over looking at the cards at this point.
You know, I couldn't really leave my post because you know, gods looks bad.
Who are you guarding?
This is the best.
It's not really a person, it's more of an ideal.
Myself.
Yes, myself.
That's fair.
Name and a roll, please.
Oh, man.
Name and a roll.
All right, she's gonna make something up. I think.
See how hard it is to come up with a name off
It
the
sure
top of your
is.
head?
It
Yeah,
sure
it's
is.
real-
Livia.
Livia? Okay,
Uh-huh.
roll.
A natural one.
Natural one.
True to form.
Wait, yeah, you're right. That is a one.
Wait, don't you have a hero point as well?
I already used it for stealth, which apparently
Oh,
wasn't good enough.
Oh, I'm sure she won't mind, and if she has anything to say about it, I'll make sure that she isn't invited anymore.
I said, am I gonna get killed?
I don't know, are you?
What? You know, I prefer the fresh air. I wouldn't mind walking around.
It's a
here,
good thing the
but
party's outside.
in the back or in the front.
oh gosh.
That's all right. I think I'll have to stay here. What was your name, by the way? I didn't catch it.
You know his name.
Yeah,
don't you?
it's
I know his name's the
like,
Gilrick boy, but
Al O'Brien. Gilrick.
oh, I guess I didn't write it down. I'm sorry. What was it?
Gilrick.
Gilrick.
Al O'Brien.
I thought it was D something.
I got it here. Oh, Creeper.
That he is.
That
he is.
That's the class. 5 levels.
It's a nobility subclass.
5th level Creeper, 1 level nobility.
That's right.
Well, if I don't have my wood, I don't have anything, so I should probably stay.
How much is your word worth? Oh, gosh.
Enough to not go with you.
I'm
gonna
very
start-
rich.
I know you are, and sorry about the wine the other day.
It's okay.
She's just standing there.
Just
Like, it's kind of like a
stonewalling.
stalwart, like.
Well, if you won't come to the party, maybe I can bring the party to you.
Oh gosh.
Half of the servers disappear.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah. That's like part of the nobility magic. It's the first level. You can just make. What is it? It's
Invisible
the
servant.
invisible servant.
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know if he's bringing anything good or not, but she'd go into tiger stance, just like. Oh.
Whoa, they're tired.
Knee slap
Just
first.
merely trying to get the waitstaff's attention, and they, someone does round the corner. Oh, Sir Gilrick, and they bring over some hors d'oeuvres and some other stuff. Please enjoy. And then, would you mind getting the band? And then he makes the band move to the corner of the thing there. Would you care to dance?
No.
It just started. Start doing this.
Yeah, you know, like
Just getting closer and closer to the exit.
just boogie your way out.
That's right.
Or do it so bad that
honestly
it somebody hooks you out.
Back out slowly.
I'm honestly surprised she hasn't bolted.
I know that's
Just-
that's about to be it. It's how close am I to the carts and like
You're about midway from where the carts is to the back of the house, so.
yikes, I went too far. Okay. So the band isn't there yet because she would leave before the band
The
came.
band is starting to set up over there.
Yeah, she's gonna be like,
And now the crowd is starting to.
He's holding his
form
arm out, right?
around- So what?
he's holding his arm,
Now he's presented his hand for you to dance with him.
and I'm gonna shake it and say, "Nice to meet you," and run.
Strength check.
No.
You put yourself in.
Yeah, I
was
did, I
As
did.
soon as you did that, I was like, oh no.
So just +0, just straight roll, pretty much.
Yep.
16.
Great. He goes ahead and spins you. He got a 19.
Oh my gosh.
This is the first combat reversion.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a combat maneuver.
But you can just spin.
He spins you out like a dance move and tries to twirl you back in. You can roll. Is there a skate
Something
artist
to,
in
yeah,
there?
exactly.
Acrobatics, I
Pressure
think, would
points.
work. Or,
Yeah, just like- He seems to be fallen. Can you please help him? Let's go.
what else would work?
Do they use
Names
just
their kid
attacks
Alan
for combat maneuvers now?
I'm not sure.
Did they get rid of the CMD?
Yeah, they got rid of that.
And you have to be trained in some of the combat maneuvers. Or it's like feats and some other stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, you can't just like try a trip or a disarm or a
I think there's a
charge or
few that
any
you're
of
able to
stuff.
do, but yeah, like charge, you actually have to have the feat of charge. So,
Maybe an opposed like attack check of some kind.
well, yeah,
Just to sort of
you
represent.
can add your dex,
Okay.
or actually make it a reflex save.
Want me to
Ooh, that's a
reroll?
good
I should
one.
probably keep that since it was bad. And I didn't actually be honest about that. It's 14.
Okay. So on the end of the spin, you were able to
Slither out like a normal slide.
you're able to twist your wrist just the right way to where you slip out and you roll performance.
I was gonna say I actually remember I took dance lessons. Did I write that in the backstory?
No.
That Tareem and I had to, okay. What am I rolling again?
Performance.
Well, 15.
And you were able to play that off as part of the dance, and
Am I familiar with? Is it a certain kind of dance?
no, just dancing to music, nothing special.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like the olden times where you're like,
No, it's not.
if you don't weave this way,
No.
you're gonna fall. Okay,
I mean, there's polka in this world, so
that's right. How refined can we get?
Yes. So you're able to spin out. You may roll stealth.
Okay. Get me out of here. 26.
Okay.
You're like,
Shoot.
you go in behind one of the servants and you're just like, you're right up on their back and you're just shadow
imagine
moving with
you
them.
spin away, you bow, and then a cardboard box over top of you, and you just
Metal
kind of
Gear
crawl
Solid.
your
You see
way.
I need you to make one more reflex save.
This guy's bad news.
Man, this guy's great.
28.
28. Okay.
Ooh.
You keep your shoes.
I would be so
He was
upset.
gonna track you down.
I was gonna have you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
that's exactly what I was.
Next day on the
Does the-
adventurer's board,
Yeah.
Yeah.
person to fit this slipper.
Does this
That's right.
monk shoe fit anybody?
You spin out and you give it a very well done bow, as it would be expected in society after the end of a dance.
Mhm.
And you are able to start blending into the crowd, and you.
That's right. He called in
Disappear.
a crowd. His mistake.
Does a cart pass by?
Yeah.
I was gonna say a bus.
He's
but
like,
it's
they
a
make,
cart.
they make
Yeah,
eye
something,
contact. The
yeah.
cart goes, and she's gone.
And so you end up grabbing one of the trays that were sitting along the side there,
Mhm.
and it has like a couple hors d'oeuvres left, and you go ahead and just move through the house and come out the main entrance.
Did I see anything of interest while I was walking through?
You've walked through the
Probably
kitchen,
more
and then
just
you walked
running.
into the main lobby or the
Okay.
main entrance, and it's
I
pretty
look
grand,
nothing
but
like
nothing's really there of note.
Wait, I'm inside now.
So what?
I said I'm inside now.
You are inside.
Oh my gosh. Is anyone giving me weird looks because I don't look like a servant?
The servants haven't. They're too
They're
focused
busy?
on their own tasks.
Perfect.
Is she gonna steal something
Oh
from?
my gosh.
I was gonna say, if you walk out with hors d'oeuvres, Cypher will be very happy.
I was planning to share the
He
food.
is still really salty about getting spotted going over that because he did a good job. And he's really
Well, if I'm in the main area, okay, can I like give an hors d'oeuvre out to a table or something and try to see if there's any?
There's no tables or anyone.
Oh
there.
no, there's nobody there.
This is
It's just
the
the main
main
area.
Yeah.
Oh.
The party's happening upstairs on the rooftop
And
lounge
outside.
and outside in the back.
Okay.
So this area has some like bags and some other stuff that
Mm-hmm.
people might have been carrying stuff in. That was weighing them down, or like evening jackets.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Could I find my way upstairs?
You can.
You're dodging very badly.
This is the time when you leave. Oh no!
Get so much good
I'm
stuff.
just I want to see where you're looking for.
Yeah,
Obviously,
He's
I'm-
I
gonna
haven't
be
found it yet.
upstairs already.
You
and,
think
like,
so?
Just find you.
I mean, I don't know how well I could even navigate a place like this.
I mean,
It's up to you.
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
on your own.
Really up
Okay.
to you.
If I can go, no, I wouldn't want to go out there. If I can go out like the opposite side, because if I go out the front, I'll be seen by guards. But if I can kind of go from side to side,
The guards
Well,
are.
you had permission to go in.
I had permission to go to the carts.
And you talk to different
Well,
cards.
didn't you go in the main
Yeah.
entrance to get to the carts?
But we also passed you off as one of the guests.
I don't know how that
It
happened,
was
but
being a little
yeah.
incognito.
Okay, well, I would try to go out the front then if I
Okay.
could. If I
And
could
then there's a
quickly,
whole
because I have a
bunch-
feeling he's gonna try
There's
to
a
beat
whole
me
bunch
there.
of servants who now think you're a guest because Gilric told them you're a guest.
As I hold a tray, yeah.
Yep. No, you've been seen
You
as a
weren't-
guest here.
Yeah, you weren't seen as a servant.
So
So
you're gonna walk out the main front.
front if I can.
All right. Yep. No problem.
Okay. Are any of my friends there?
At this point in time, Reginald is over by the carts, just waiting to see where you are.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd feel bad about leaving
I'm gonna-
Really so bad.
one short of where I came in, but sometimes things happen.
If I can set down the plate, pick up a couple hors d'oeuvres, and say,
Just put him
here.
in a napkin.
yeah, hand one to you and be like, all right, time to go.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then, did you get what you needed?
She holds the other
No, no.
Well, they're in a napkin. There you go. You hold.
Yeah,
the-
yeah, they're in a napkin.
I'm afraid that we can't confirm.
Did the cart cleaner take it again?
I don't want to get him in trouble,
Fair enough.
It's all right.
but I do appreciate your helpfulness, and I'll give him 5 silver.
Okay. Ben's like, I'm not gonna have this going for long.
Yeah, there you go.
Hand it out. The GM's gonna give me whatever I need.
It's funny because I've got like very low wages, living way beyond my wife's.
Well, it's not like you need a living wage.
Oh.
You take that back.
All right. From there, you guys are gonna call it a night, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll go back and check on and sort of check on the girl and see how long it takes her to recover. But it seems like that could be another session.
Yep. And we'll go ahead and go over what you would find from her. Anna is her name, and
Hannah or
Today
Hannah?
we've saved
Anna.
You
Anna.
missed your chance. He said you could have got the cart cleaner's information.
Huh?
He said, did the cart cleaner take it again?
Yeah, but we don't. It was somebody.
That
The
could've been nice.
passenger probably used magic to clean the cart, so whoever came in afterwards wouldn't have mattered.
But yeah, that's true.
so Anna is her name. I'm assuming you're gonna ask her just questions about the night.
Yep.
All right. So,
Yeah.
she went to experience with her friends. She was dancing, had ordered a drink. She remembers dancing with a couple other people, and then it starts to get a little fuzzy. Like feels like she had danced with somebody else, but every time she tries to remember that person, it just fills up with like almost a void. She remembers getting in a cart. She can't see the passenger. And then she starts to scream because she's now remembering that she was cut. Still unable to see the passenger at all. And then she remembers walking or being told to walk to the brewery.
So it seems like somebody either slipped the drug into her drink, or that's obviously what happened, but it could have been either somebody that works at the establishment is helping these folks, or it could have been somebody that bypassed the servants and was able to do it directly. But either way, I think that's a place we should follow up on.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And we don't know if the drug has some sort of it could make the whole time around there fuzzy.
She does remember receiving a nicer drink from a void.
From a void?
That's all she sees whenever she tries to remember that.
It's just black, like dark.
Yep.
Also, we know that this person, we suspect this person can use some magic, so they might have also reinforced the drug's effect with a spell like suggestion or something to make them actually forget, or to go further than the drug would have in order to make her forget about them.
And that's the information you'll get.
Or modify memory or something.
All right.
Yeah. So, and that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions, let me know, but that pretty much should cover anything that you could come up with.
Very exciting.
Sweet.
Cool.
And we will stop there. So, again, thank you guys for watching. I see there's still a few people in the chat. Really appreciate it. If you like what you see and you just kind of tuned in tonight, you are able to check it out on YouTube, Role Played Games. Almost all the episodes are there, and by saying almost, because about 2 episodes ago we missed about half an hour somehow. But otherwise, all the episodes are there. So
That happened
it
because
was
somebody
probably
didn't
just
like
pie.
and subscribe the way they should have.
see,
True.
Ben knows.
Every time you don't do that, we lose half episodes. So
And I heard angels might lose wings, and that's
bears
horrible.
lose something,
Yep.
but it's
Kittens die.
you don't want to see it, whatever it is. Like, subscribe, and share.
And some sharing.
So, all right, everyone. Until next time.
Bye, guys.
See ya.